You're gonna have to do the whole bit again.
Did you guys see the Transformers trailer?
Oh my god, yeah. It was on when we watched Star Wars. Quick, Lewis, say it.
That wasn't a trailer, that was Michael Bay jerking himself off.
Hello, welcome to Let's
Yeah.
Podcast. We're going to talk at you.
The podcast with real authentic jokes that weren't just repeated.
We're going to talk at you for a longer time than usual because we've got a lot of shit to talk about. We've already... So we came back for a week.
Yeah.
And as predicted in that episode, we didn't come back for the next about 4.
Whose fault was that, Daniel?
It was entirely mine. I blame myself as well.
We got halfway through recording a podcast the week after.
That wasn't my fault. That was my computer's fault.
Whoa.
But the other few times were my fault because I wasn't in the right place. Basically, I wasn't in my house when we were meant to record.
Yeah.
Which kind of stopped me from recording.
Understandable.
But now I'm back home.
Yay.
Yeah.
Not in university. Not in that skanky cesspit called Cardiff.
Boo University.
Boo.
Boo education.
A joke. Cardiff's a lovely city to many people who live there. Where the fuck was I going with this? Oh yeah,
we're back
because
for the second time.
Because we missed so long. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We saw Rogue One last night, so obviously that's going to be probably the biggest chunk of the episode.
Yeah.
Lewis, you're going to talk about Walking Dead
because you two haven't seen it.
Because I stopped watching.
Yeah, I've stopped watching as well. I stopped at about episode 3.
Yeah, I stopped at 4.
You guys are quitters, but I don't blame you.
I haven't quit. I've got them all recorded.
I'm amazed that I managed to get up to this point, I'll be honest. Like, I thought I was going to drop off at the end of Series 4. Anyway, and then we were also going to talk Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, that movie that came out years ago.
It's not even in cinemas anymore.
Is it not?
I don't think so.
Oh,
we're trying, guys. We're
trying.
Gone.
But like, we'll put timestamps and stuff down below, so you can skip ahead to whatever you want. You don't have to listen to Fantastic Beasts. Basically, we saw it, and now we feel like we should talk about it. So we're going to talk about it.
If I remember it. I don't think I remember it. Okay, we'll try and remember Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I may talk about the Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow crossover.
Oh, you've caught up with that now.
Yeah, I'm all up to date.
I think that's what he was doing when he wasn't.
Oh, that's why
coming on the podcast.
Right, that's why we missed.
That's what I was doing when I was meant to be doing my essay. But first, let's get into the news, and mainly trailers.
Yeah,
because there's been quite a few trailers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most prominent of which was the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer. What the fuck was that?
I don't know whether you were excited or you were disagreeing.
That was an excited noise. I just didn't want to go too loud in case people are listening with headphones, you know.
I thought that like you didn't like it at all then.
That's what I thought you were. I thought you were just like,
yeah.
Oh no, it was like a yeah.
But you're a strange lad, Lewis. Let's.
I'm very insulted by that, Dan. Continue.
I like this trailer. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously do by that excited noise you made.
That's the sound I was making throughout the entirety of the trailer.
Yeah, just sitting there. What are your guys' thoughts on this trailer? Hey, how fun does it look with Iron Man and Spider-Man?
Iron Man.
Well, I've expressed my feelings in that one sound.
That's fair.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It looks like I don't know. I feel like in every Marvel film at the moment, they're just sort of going for this comedy aspect, and
yeah, it is quite a funny trailer.
Yeah,
there's some great parts. I preferred the American one.
Yeah.
What was the difference? I didn't realize the difference.
Basically,
between them.
the international one sort of left out more of the high school stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's got him watching whatever the love interest
Yeah.
is.
And
It's not any of the two that I know.
He's with his fat friend more. I like his
Yeah.
fat
Oh,
friend.
I like
yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I just really like the trailer. There's a load of great jokes. The action looks pretty good, to be fair, from what we can see.
Bridge bit.
Yeah.
I like the bridge bit
The bridge bit.
when he's holding. The
Oh
two
yeah,
edges
holding
of
them
the
together.
bridge.
Isn't that a boat?
Oh, it's a boat. I don't know. Could be a bridge.
I thought it
Could
was
be
a bridge.
boat.
You obviously weren't paying attention.
Sorry, Dan.
I mean,
we don't watch.
it probably is a bridge now. Yeah, that is a nice shot. I like the suit. The suit looks good. I thought
Yeah.
there was going to be an upgrade because the teaser that got released before it.
Yeah. With Jon Favreau in it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, come get your new suit and all that."
Mhm.
But it looks like that was the suit for Civil War. Like it looks
Yeah.
like that takes
Yeah.
place before his part in Civil War. So that's all pretty cool.
He's
So
got web wings though.
he has got web wings. Looks like he's actually using them for something as well, unlike in the
Yeah.
comics
Yeah.
where they're completely pointless. What a strange aspect to put on that suit.
Don't
Well,
question Stan Lee, Dan.
When can a spider fly, or glide? You ever seen a spider?
Yeah, no, they
You
do.
ever what?
The little ones do.
Are you kidding?
Have you never seen them? Like
You
No.
they'll go.
You never had one on your hand and then it like spins a web and then glides away from you.
and you're like, no, my only friend.
No, I'm like, don't get on my body.
It's already on your hand.
Well, yeah, I know.
No, don't go on my clothes.
I'm trying to get it out the door, and then the wind blows back and it goes onto my body.
Maybe
Right, this episode is just you guys laughing at me so far. This isn't good. Talk
Vulture
about
looks good.
Spider-Man, not
Vulture
real
looks good.
spiders.
How about that? Let's get back on track. Vulture looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Keaton.
Michael Keaton is Vulture. It's just I'm glad that they didn't go with the comic design because that would be like, I get that this film's meant to be funny in places, but that would be fucking comical. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd
And
love to see Michael
actually,
Keaton
I'd really like to see Michael Keaton in that
with
suit.
like a feather ruff.
In fairness, though, it would just be a green version of the Birdman suit without the
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will, Marvel. You've already got that suit. If you just ask, I don't even want to pronounce that director's name. Actually, now I think about it, the one who directed Birdman.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a strange name.
I know I've heard it before.
It's a
and
strange name. Yeah. So it looks like he's got his old costume in parts as well, but I don't know whether they're meant to be flashback sequences or whether he goes back to his old costume.
Who knows?
Not me, because I don't work at Marvel.
Yes, we do, Dan.
We do.
Remember,
No,
we've
no, no,
established
no.
this.
We work for Marvel. We don't work at Marvel.
Oh, sorry, Dan. I must have not read the job description properly.
Why are you two even here? It's just ridiculous. You don't pay attention to whether it's a boat or a bridge. And you don't even know whether we work for or at Marvel.
Do we work for or at DC as well?
No. DC
work.
can fucking do one until they make a good film. Speaking of DC making good films, that's not going to happen anytime soon because Deadshot and Sirens have both just been confirmed. What's going on there? A Deadshot solo film.
Will Smith can make money. That's what's going on.
Everyone hated Suicide Squad. What are they
Not
doing?
everyone.
No, there's a vocal minority that want to
A
sue
very
Rotten
vocal
Tomatoes because they love Suicide Squad so much. I don't understand why they're doing a Deadshot film. And Sirens as well. That's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be like one of the most sexist films.
It's
ever,
going to
Yeah.
be so
I think.
sexist. For those who don't know, Sirens is like the group that is formed of Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman in the comics. And the comics, it's highly sexualized. And David Ayer's directing this. And his track record, basically, for having women in the film, the only one of his films that really have women in it is Suicide Squad. and they're not represented in the best way.
What do you mean? I love the scene where Harley Quinn breaks a window and bends over to pick up a...
Don't get me
bag.
wrong. I like the scene. But maybe it's not the best representation of women.
No, it's definitely not.
You got Harley Quinn, who's over-sexualized in that. And then you've got Katana, who's not really a character.
At all.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
Then Cara Delevingne is half naked, jerking her body around.
Oh yeah.
Kissing loads
Doing
of
a
men.
body popping.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they're doing this. Poison Ivy is going to be...
I understand why they're doing it, Dan.
Yeah, but Suicide Squad was hated.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but how much money did it make?
It made a lot of money, but
Yeah.
they can only
that's all they care about.
they
Dan.
can only keep doing this for so long.
Yeah, but money.
No.
Yeah,
But
but money.
the thing is, people gonna figure it out sooner or later.
They're not doing such a good
Not
job
if-
so far.
I understand that. We need to get the message out. That's why we do this podcast, to warn people of DC and put them onto Marvel films because we're on their payroll.
No, Dan. All the DC fans are going to destroy this podcast now. They're going to get a petition to
listen
get rid
to
of
this,
us,
though,
even though
guys.
we work at DC.
Listen to this. Fuck the DC fans.
No, Dan.
No.
No.
That's it. I said it.
Dan, I'm moving back to the Sirens film. It's going to make money.
Which character do you reckon is going to be the most overly sexualized?
I
Harley
feel
Quinn.
like... I don't know if it will be Harley Quinn. I think it might be Poison Ivy.
Oh really? I was thinking Catwoman.
We're in this past here. Let's all give our reasons then.
Poison Ivy, I guarantee you, will basically just be wearing a bikini made out of leaves.
I hope they bring back
Oh,
Uma
she'll
Thurman.
just be wearing like three leaves. Placed in
who knows
suggestive
where those leaves
positions.
will be? It's one on her belly button, one in her hair, and
One on the ear.
One in her ear.
That'll be a fucking ridiculous costume.
Oh fuck! Right, let's go to a different trailer, and I'm just gonna go to the first trailer that popped into my head. Unfortunately, that trailer is Despicable Me 3.
I guess who's lucky and hasn't seen it? Me.
Have you seen it, Ewan?
I've seen it, yeah.
Why are they doing this again?
I don't
Minions
know.
was a flop.
Minions,
No,
money.
Minions was a flop. It fucked up. Like, obviously, it made a profit,
Yeah.
but it did not make anywhere near what they wanted it to.
Dan, it doesn't matter what happens in the films, as long as they can pump out that Minions merchandise, they're fine. And they most certainly can pump out that Minions merchandise.
You make a good point,
Hmm.
but fuck the Minions.
That's what everyone thinks, but they're still making money, Dan.
I don't understand how things make money anymore. This is ridiculous. DC films and Minions.
They should
That's
put
how
that
they-
together.
that's how
They
they make
should,
money.
they should not make money.
They can't wait
Oh,
for them to
DC needs to
collab.
make a Minions film. That'll be amazing. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's the same as the other two, by the looks of it.
Well, to be honest, I don't hate Despicable Me.
No,
1
I
and
quite
2.
like Despicable Me 1 and 2, but why are they doing a third one? He's already like
Yeah,
good. The premise of the first one was that he was bad,
yeah.
and now he's good.
And he had that arc in the second one of like he's still a little bit bad, but like
Yeah.
he's redeeming himself and stuff.
Yeah.
Now he's redeemed himself, and now he's a fucking super spy or some shit. Although the villain in this looks pretty funny, I'll be honest. And it's Trey Parker voicing
Oh
him.
yeah, yay! I didn't know that. I like Trey Parker.
He's like dressed in like 80s gear and stuff, and he's got like a really weird mustache and a mullet.
Or maybe I should watch this trailer.
Now I think about it, I actually quite like this trailer.
The Despicable Me films are solid films. It's
They are
just the
pretty decent,
Minions
yeah.
that make me want to kill myself. It's not even that they're that bad. It's just how much.
You know
of
what?
them
The
there
Minions are not in this trailer.
they're not
very
in
much.
I think they were in it once.
Yeah.
It's not very minion heavy.
You know what? Minions have just ruined my opinion of Despicable Me.
I
Because I remember
think
quite
that's the
liking
same with
these
me, yeah.
films. I don't know why we're complaining.
I genuinely like the films. Like I can watch them and they'll make me laugh, but not the Minions.
Well, I've just been completely turned around because now I think about the trailer, I actually really like it.
When you told me that the trailer was out, I was like, I'm never watching that. But now that we talked about it, I kind of want to see it.
Because like the villain, he's
It's
like
funny,
he's
isn't it?
dancing everywhere, and he's got like these massive shoulder pads and like a purple suit.
Oh my god,
And
that
he's-
bit actually made me laugh in the trailer. What did they say? They say, "There's a monster." No, it's not a monster. He's just a guy wearing shoulder pads.
I want to see this
I'm
film
excited for Despicable Me 3 now.
And that
Yeah.
is the premise of our podcast. Watch our opinions change
When-
instantly.
Tune in next week when we're a pure Minions podcast.
Let's talk Minions.
We just talk like Minions for the entire hour and a half.
now. Oh, that'd be brilliant. Move on to another trailer. One that I actually don't like, and I know I don't like it, is the Fate and the Furious trailer. Fate of the Furious.
Okay.
Fate and the Furious.
The thing is, right, I don't understand why... Well, I understand why people like the films. It's just that I don't. I get that they're meant to be over-the-top action.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be, oh, let's have some wacky fun.
I've never really properly watched the films.
I've never
like,
seen anything to do
Really?
with Fast and Furious. It just
I've-
doesn't seem like my type of film, so I stayed away
No.
from it.
It's always a bit sort of like they'll be on and I'll just have them on in the background, but
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to watch it.
They're alright, but it's nothing special. Like, at all. But people love it for some reason.
Yeah, people keep telling me I need to watch them, and I'm like, I don't really want to.
I know people that tell me I need to watch them, but I hate those people's film taste. Not just those people. I don't just hate those people.
So I'll never watch it. Bastards.
I hate, like, their film taste. I just... No. I don't want anything to do with it. Because it's all these guys... It's like people that, like, all love complete shit films.
Yeah, I know the type down.
Yeah, it just doesn't appeal to me. This trailer, Vin Diesel is turned against his team.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know.
He just kind of
Because
the
family.
car.
He-
Family.
He made out with some girl at the end, and then
What was that?
I think it was going against the family thing.
family.
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 But
Family.
family. No.
Hey, did you guys know that this film was like about family?
Family.
Family. Family.
What was that? Why? People shouldn't listen to this. At all.
Transformers.
It sounded like you were stoned out of your mind.
Guys,
Transformers
stop
the-
listening to this podcast. It's not going to get any better.
I'm gonna do some major edits to this one. Transformers: The Last Guardian had a trailer. Which one of you saw it? I forgot.
It's
Not me.
You. What do you think of this, Johan?
I don't have a clue what. Well, I don't like it,
No.
but I don't even know what to think of it. But there's so much fucking happening in it.
Oh, it's just insane, isn't it? It's a similar thing to Fate of the Furious. Like, I just don't care
Yeah.
at this point. I'm not gonna see this one. I saw the last one, and that made a fuck ton of money. So now
What was the last
I'm
one?
boycotting these
Age
films.
of Extinction.
Age of it.
Dinobots. For a bit.
No, it's pterodactyl bots.
They're
They're dinos.
I'm hoping
No.
I'm
You're
hoping
right.
that there's other people like me on this one where they'll stop going to watch it, because these are making way too much money. They do not deserve how much money they're getting. At all.
I haven't seen the trailer. Is there anything to do with like China in it? Because I think that's how they're making their
I
money.
can't remember.
They're appealing to Chinese audiences.
There
Right.
was one bit of it that really made me like cringe, and I can't remember what it was. It was something. I can't even remember. Someone said something, and I was just like, "Fucking hell, really?"
That's just some stupid shit. Like,
I'm gonna try and find out what it was.
I don't. How come, right? China won't allow like ghosts in their films. Like they didn't let Ghostbusters be shown over there, but they'll let massive fighting alien robots.
As long as they say China is good in the film, they'll have it.
Yeah, but if Ghostbusters would have been able to release in China, I'm entirely sure they'd have a shot in that where Melissa McCarthy turns to camera and said, "China is good." Like, they would 100% be on board for that.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't allowed
Well,
to
she
be
eats
shown.
Chinese food, doesn't she? That must have been their attempt, but it didn't work.
Yeah. Alright. What are you doing, Ewan?
I want to find out what the bit. Oh, it's a trailer for Rogue One.
Seen
What?
it. Seen it.
Play it close to the mic, Ewan.
But it's Transformers now. No one wants to hear this.
Transformers.
Robots in
Transformers.
disguise.
This is
You know what?
this is some
I don't care.
stellar audio.
We
going on right
we can talk about the trailer that we saw for Transformers before Rogue One.
here. You mean Michael Bay telling us
Oh,
how good
God.
his films
Yeah.
are because it's in IMAX?
Yeah.
Not just IMAX.
It's
IMAX with
it's-
two
it's
cameras.
double IMAX.
Because
Because we used two
I thought-
cameras. That's
the
how
thing
it
is,
works.
right? I thought that's how they did IMAX 3D anyway.
Yeah. And he's like, what he said that made me laugh. He was like, and he's filmed everything in 3D. I was like,
Yeah, that's
well, what do they
IMAX
do
is, mate.
normally? They just like push bits backwards when they're editing it. Just like, no, that can be backwards, that can be forwards because it's 3D.
I
Like,
don't
fucking no,
understand
that's
what
not
he's
how
on
it
about.
works.
I just don't get why he was talking about that. What a fucking bizarre thing to put on before a good film.
They seem to be recording things like that they didn't need to be recording. Like they had people jumping off a building that they could have easily CGI'd because they were just
Yeah.
like it was just Transformers falling down the building, but they
Yeah.
had people
No,
jumping.
They had the shot of the building. Like, they had to swoop over the buildings.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how they make it good, yo.
I thought IMAX was how they make it good.
Yeah, but they used two cameras.
Yeah, so it's
James Cameron is going to
infinitely
get
better.
3 cameras
Oh,
for
James
Avatar
Cameron.
2.
Let's talk Avatar 2, shall we? Fuck this film.
This is the Avatar
But
2
Sigourney
podcast.
Weaver's said something about the delays, and she's like explaining why there's delays. To be honest, I haven't read it because I don't care.
Yeah, we just looked at it when he was scrolling past.
I'm not going to bother finding it. Right, I don't care about Avatar 2. We've mentioned it every single fucking episode of this podcast. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning it ever again after
What
this.
about when it comes out?
I'm not going to see it. I'm honestly not going to see it.
Yes, you are, Dan.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I am not going to
Yeah,
see
you
Avatar 2.
All right, we'll go see it then.
I went
and
to
tell
see
you all about
Avatar 2 months after it came out because I just didn't like the look of it. And then I went to see it and I didn't like it. So I'm not going to
How
see
long
this
ago
one.
did it come out? What year was it?
2012, wasn't it?
2012? No, that was
It
only
was
like...
earlier than that, I think. I
Yeah.
think it was like
Alright.
2009 or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, I'm not very good at dates.
No, you're obviously not.
You're having a good day, are you?
That's just all.
Not you.
Anyway, a good trailer. Let's talk about a good trailer. War of the Planet of the Apes. Actually, I say a good trailer.
Oh.
There's one line I hated in this. If we lose this battle,
Yeah.
this will be a planet, of apes. That was so bad. But the rest of the trailer is really good.
Yeah, it was good.
Andy Serkis. Anything he does, I'll see, because
Yeah.
I am in love with him.
More than Cara Delevingne.
No, he's a close second.
But when he starts body popping.
If,
Oh,
yeah,
Caesar starts
point.
body popping off.
if he gets half naked and starts body popping, I'm all in.
That would be amazing. I'd pay to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I paid double regular IMAX tickets to see Caesar body pop halfway through the film.
But only if they film it with double IMAX cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I go see anything else? That's the ultimate viewing experience.
It is.
Yeah, I don't remember much about this trailer. I know there's a girl that's not really explained. So
Woody Harrelson's. in
Woody
it.
Harrelson's in it. Yeah, so they're obviously changing out the characters each time. with
Mhm.
This. Woody Harrelson's pretty good. It seems
He
like
is.
he's in a similar role to Gary Oldman in the last one, though.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman,
That's
yeah.
why I say his name.
Yeah, looks pretty decent.
You said Dees.
DC.
It looks pretty DC.
Oh no, that means it's gonna be terrible. Cause DC shit.
Dan, stop.
He'll
Oh,
stop when they
God.
make a good movie.
I will. If they get me with a film that's like, oh, this is brill, that's when I'll stop saying that DC is shit. Because so far they are shit. War of the Planet of the Apes looks good though.
Yep.
Do you guys remember what happened in that trailer?
There was a gun against Caesar's head.
Yeah, I
That's
was
all I
thinking that.
remember.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
And
good.
I remember one bit, helicopters went over firing
At the humans.
at the humans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
I was
like,
like, are the
apes
apes
flying
flying
choppers.
Well,
choppers,
there's
choppers.
there's
Choppers.
rumors
That's
that
what they call them.
Helicopters.
That's what they call them in America.
yeah, but that's we're not American.
But it's set in America, so they're
Films.
American
Yeah, but this
helicopters.
is
so
this
they're
is like
choppers.
this is like movies. We don't say that.
I say that.
Well, you shouldn't.
Sorry, guys.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something.
Apes flying
Oh
helicopters.
yeah,
Choppers.
there's
Helicopters.
rumors that some of the humans are now on the ape side, or it may be the other way around. No, it is apes on human side actually, because
Oh.
it's like cobras, like the loyal followers.
Oh yeah.
They've like joined the humans because they're like, "Fuck you, Caesar."
But
You know.
I thought like Cova really hated humans though.
Why does Caesar hate humans?
He doesn't. They
They hate him.
hate
He's like-
him, and he's like,
He's like, "You
"What-
want to
what
fight?
you-"
I'll fight, but
Yeah.
like, I'm not starting
Oh.
this."
Yeah.
But if they lose, it's going to be a planet of apes. So they need to be careful.
Yeah,
That's a bad line.
they might be able to make a whole new
That's
film.
almost as bad as a line that I heard earlier today.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're thinking of. I was about to say it, but like, is that spoilers? No.
Nah, it's not spoilers. It's just a bad line in a good film.
We'll get to that later.
I think we're done with trailers. There's not really much news on anything else. Oh, there's some. Oh, the Mummy trailer came out.
Yeah,
actually.
it did.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I liked one shot in it, which is the eyes.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'll see it.
Yeah.
Don't really care.
Not because I want
No.
to.
Dracula Untold was meant to be the start of like this monsters universe thing, wasn't it? That's just completely scrapped now because Dracula Untold was terrible.
I did not see it because I heard it was
You're
terrible.
lucky. It's really bad. Yeah, this looks alright. It looks like a mummy film with Tom Cruise in it, which evidently is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That's literally what the like the adverts are gonna say.
That's I think
A
that's
mummy film with Tom Cruise in it.
That's the subtitle of it. It's The Mummy, a mummy film with Tom Cruise in it.
That'll be brilliant. All right, let's go on to our first little segment then, shall we? Lewis, you're going to talk about the Walking Dead finale, mid-season finale.
Mid-season finale.
How shit was it?
You know what? The finale wasn't bad.
Really? Because I
Yeah.
have a mate in Cardiff who was like, mate,
Oh, he has a mate in Cardiff.
I do.
Why
You know what?
posh
I've got
Cardiff.
several, but only one of them watches The Walking Dead, and he said it was complete shit.
I just think Negan saves it.
All right,
I
that's
just
fair.
really love Negan. so
Negan is
any
the only
episode
thing
he's
I
in,
liked about those 4 episodes I
Yeah.
watched.
I just
He
really
wasn't
like
even
him.
in 2 of them, was he?
He wasn't in one of them.
No, he wasn't
No,
in
he-
a few of them. There was.
Because that was the one with Carol. I saw that.
Yeah, that
wasn't
was the
in
only
that
one.
one,
That
was
was the
he?
only one who wasn't in. Out of the
Uh,
4 I saw.
You haven't seen the other ones. There's a whole episode devoted to Tara.
Yeah.
Do you know Tara? Of course you don't. Did you remember
Unfortunately,
that Tara
I
was
do
away
know
from the
Tara.
group? No, you didn't.
She's away from the group.
Yeah, she and Heath went on a.
Oh, it's because she's
a-
pregnant. She was pregnant, the actress, and they're like, Tara, we can't have you on screen for a while, so now they brought her back.
Right.
But they left her in the same place.
I don't know what to say.
I still haven't watched that episode.
I just really hate that episode. That's my least favorite episode because it has nothing to do with anything. Do you guys care if I spoil it?
Not
Not
at
really,
all.
no.
Okay, if you're listening
spoilers.
now, yeah, spoilers for The Walking Dead.
I'll put a timestamp.
Nice burp there, Dan.
Thank you.
Seamless. Right, yeah. So she finds a new settlement of like people
Right.
who are all women, and they live by the ocean.
So it's like the Amazons.
Yeah. No. No, but she finds them, and then she leaves them, and then she comes back, and she doesn't tell anyone about it.
Sounds smart.
Yeah, so nothing. It doesn't have any bearing on the main plot at all.
Yeah, and the mics can pick up you opening that bottle.
It's not.
Bottle of Pepsi.
I'll get back to The Walking Dead now, shall I?
Yeah.
Just the podcast grinds to
It's
a halt
just-
because
it's-
you went opens a bottle.
It's just that he was trying to do it so. He was trying to be so stealthy about it.
Oh, that's some good ASMR.
Oh. I'm gonna nip me some of this. All right, talk about The Walking Dead while I fill up my glass.
Okay, the main thing about this series is characters that I used to like piss me off. 3 main
Who?
people pissed me off this season. That's Carol, Carl, and Rosita. Carol went from like this character I didn't care about to probably one of my favorite characters to my least favorite character in the show. And she is now my least favorite character in the show. Carl is a whiny teenager that needs to shut up and deal with it. And Rosita went from like a background character I didn't care about to my second least favorite character on the show. She's just whiny, complainy, like, we have to kill him. Blah, blah. Oh, he killed Abraham, but he was a dick. But she doesn't even know what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. I don't care. She just needs to go away because I hate her.
I just find it such a dull show at this point. Like
It's gone on way too long.
those 4 episodes I watched, it was when Rick was like broken.
Yeah, I can't be dealing with a broken Rick.
It's just
or
like
just broken characters in general for this long.
it's the same shit all the time. Like
Is
I
he
know
fixed
we
yet?
technically haven't seen
Not
him.
really, no.
We haven't seen him like broken before, but like he just goes through the motions every season,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he eventually just becomes normal again.
Yeah.
It's the same thing every time.
Hmm. Right, the thing that got me with the mid-season finale is it's got one of my favorite scenes from the comics, and that's Spencer gets killed the way he does in the comics. Do you know Spencer? Yeah. Do you remember the way he dies?
It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Negan says, "You've got no guts," because he's trying to like backstab Rick, and Negan says, "You got no guts." And then he slices his belly open and all his guts fall out. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was very wrong. They were right there inside you all along." And I just love that because I hated Spencer as well, but I think you were supposed to hate Spencer.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he's killed off. Then,
Yeah.
because he was just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's the second actual death from the comics?
Yeah. Because Glenn was like the first main character to die in the
It does
in the
seem
correct
like
way.
they're going closer to the comics at this point.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But I don't know whether that's good or bad because like the comics work as comics.
Yeah.
I don't know how well they work
Yeah,
as a telly show.
this is my problem with Carl, because in the comics he's younger.
Yeah,
So
he can be whiny.
Yeah, I can let him be whiny because he's a kid. He's got an excuse. But Carl now, he's like, 17?
Yeah.
And he's just complaining about his dad. And then he runs off to Negan's camp and just whines and complains. And he's just acting like a stupid child, which is what he is in the comics. So I'll give him that. But he's not now, so he can't be doing that. He needs to be slightly more mature for me to like him. And I do not like him at all.
I just struggle to like anyone in it at the moment. Like I
I
don't
just
connect
like
with
Negan.
any of the characters.
I think
like,
I only like
I
Negan.
like because Jeffrey Dean Morgan is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
He is really good.
But he's the only one I like.
I don't even really know who half the characters are. Are
Arr.
are at the moment. Like,
No, like
I don't think I paid enough.
Oh, don't worry, they're all dead
attention.
now.
Oh, brilliant. That's
Yeah,
fine.
they just killed off loads of like nothing characters. Do you remember Olivia?
vaguely.
She's dead now.
Great.
Was she a kid?
No, she was the one who looked after all the food and
Oh,
guns and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
There's a
I
bit
remember her now.
it wasn't this week's episode, the previous one, where Negan just like calls her fat and she starts crying, and I thought that was really funny.
I don't know. I just like this. They do this a lot though. They just kill off characters that aren't
Yeah,
important.
like,
Glenn's the first character they killed off that was important for a long, long time.
yeah, and it doesn't look like they're killing off anyone
No.
anytime soon.
But then they just replace them with people who I can't get attached to because I know they're going to kill them off soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like, they don't seem to keep anyone around for more than 2 seasons
yeah.
unless they're
They're from
from
season
like,
one,
season
yeah, or
1 or
two.
2, yeah.
Well, you see, I thought they were going to kill Rosita off because
Mhm.
the climax of the finale is Eugene made her a bullet
Right.
because they confiscated all their guns and ammunition, and Rosita finds one gun, an empty gun, when she's out scavenging, and then she like bullies Eugene, which I really don't like because I like Eugene, and
Yeah.
she was just being a like real bitch to him. And then he makes her a bullet, and then she tries to shoot Negan, just because. I'm like, why are you doing that? And she misses, and she hits Lucille, and Negan like freaks out.
Right.
So I thought he was gonna kill her,
Right.
but he doesn't, which is annoying.
You'd think he'd kill him for that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
He just gets one of his.
he's happy to kill people for less than that.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yeah,
for less than an assassination attempt.
he gets one of his people to shoot Olivia. Like, wow, big deal. And then he takes Eugene so he can make him more bullets. And Daryl's escaped. That happened like-
Where's he gone?
to Hilltop.
I think that was the last episode
Right.
I saw.
No,
One with Daryl.
he was. Oh yeah, when he's locked up. That was an alright episode.
It was, yeah. It kind of it started off good this season, and it just went really down.
Yeah.
And then like below ground level.
What's going on
down.
with Dwight?
They're
Because
trying
it
to
seemed
make
like
him
he
a
was
good
going to
guy.
be good. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do anything. They just kind of dropped him halfway through the season.
Right.
Ezekiel is my favorite character from the comics. He was in one episode this season.
Is he only in that one episode?
He's only in that one episode.
I didn't like him in that episode.
I did not like him in that episode because they're trying to set him up with Carol,
Yeah, that's
and I
weird.
hate Carol.
That's weird.
Carol is my least favorite character, and Ezekiel is my favorite character.
I feel like they're trying to make Carol seem younger than she is as well.
Yeah, her whole thing now is I want to be alone.
Yeah.
Why? You're not giving me a reason. Fair enough if you give me a reason you want to be alone, but you're not. You're just saying I want to be alone, and people are asking you why, and you're not telling them. It's just so frustrating.
She never even really gave a reason why she went like insane. Like
No.
last season, she just like looked at a piece of paper and drew a line on a new tally, and she was like, "Fuck me, what am I doing?"
Killed some people in it.
Yeah, get over it. You're living in an apocalypse. You're gonna have to kill people, Carol. You can't just live in a house by yourself forever.
You fucking slaughtered all those people in
Terminus. Yeah,
Terminus,
I don't think she was counting those
No.
on the tally.
So it's all in a tally.
Oh yeah, Terminus was one.
one kill. Well, maybe the tally is how many massacres she's committed.
That fifth one though. That fifth one was too many massacres.
Yeah, so Walking Dead, it was good, then it was bad, and then it was alright at the end. I don't know where they're gonna go with it.
So I might watch up to this mid-season finale.
Skip
How
the Tara
does
episode.
it end?
How does it end?
Yeah.
It ends with Negan like gets Lucille shot, and then he threatens Rosita, then he kills Olivia, and then they take Eugene, and then the
Right, so
ending.
that's like actually how it ends.
Yeah, the actual ending is all the like main characters are in Hilltop. They just like walk in, and then Maggie's there with Sasha, and then Jesus comes like round the corner with Daryl, and then they're all happy, and then they walk towards the big house, and then it ends.
Right, okay. Has Maggie had the baby yet?
No. Pregnancy doesn't work that fast, Dan. This is like a couple days.
Oh shit, yeah. It just seems like she's been pregnant for so long, but then it's like,
Yeah.
because it was last year. I might watch
Yeah.
up to it, but
Yeah, you can watch up. Just skip the Tara episode. You just
What?
really don't need to see it.
yeah.
It's just a waste of an hour.
Are the episodes like other than that decent though?
Well, the thing is, they focus on one area
Per
for
episode.
an entire episode. You know, like Game of Thrones, it has loads of characters
Yeah.
and loads of places, but it like jumps between them, and we see
It
everyone's
stops
storyline.
it from
in
getting
one episode.
boring.
Yeah, they do that in the last 2 episodes. They go from Daryl to Rick to someone else,
Right.
and that was all right. I enjoyed that. Then like having everyone in one
Yeah.
episode. I much prefer that to having a Daryl episode, a
Yeah.
Carol episode, a Tara episode.
Yeah.
The thing is, they did it a couple of times in series. What are we on now? 7.
1-7, yeah.
So series 5 and 6, they did it a couple of times, and they were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
that worked. Let's do it all the time."
Let's
Yeah.
have an hour and a half of Morgan, and that was an interesting story, so I was all right with it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's have a Tara episode was not a good. Was not a good choice. It's like Dawn in Game of Thrones.
Right,
Dawn was
yeah.
like a really boring storyline, but they only had a couple minutes of it every episode.
Yeah.
So the story went along. You knew what was going on, but you weren't like sitting there like, okay, I get it. We're
Yeah.
in Dawn, all right. Because I kept hoping that it was going to cut back to Rick and Negan, because I just want to see Negan in every episode now.
Yeah.
But it never did. It was just Tara, Tara, Tara.
Sounds fun.
It was not. We can move on now.
Alright, let's move on. Should we do DC or Fantastic Beasts?
What's DC?
I was just
The
thinking-
crossover stuff.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh, yeah, you
you
can do
talked
that,
for a
yeah.
while. I've been talking too much.
Alright, well, DC is good at something, right? It's good at telly.
Okay.
Other than Supergirl. Supergirl's not great. I mean, actually, it's been getting better. I say that. It's been getting better. But Supergirl, right. It said it was part of the crossover.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good episode. Literally, the last 2 minutes of it, the Flash comes into her universe and he's like, "Oh, can you help me out?" That's the entirety of the crossover for that episode. Bam! First crossover episode done. That is literally it.
You watched the entire
How long did you
season
spend
for
watching that? Yeah.
An hour. An hour for 2 minutes.
No.
Did
The
you
whole,
not watch
didn't you
the
watch
whole
the whole
season?
series?
Oh yeah. I've watched. So that's 8 hours.
Oh Jesus! Look at you.
Just to get
For
the
2
2
minutes of
minutes of crossover. But then the Flash was great. So this is when the crossover actually comes in. Basically, what's happening is there's an alien invasion
Mhm.
because it's got fucking mental now, and it's a bit strange because the Flash is like as soon as the aliens show up, he's like, someone goes, "You can't do this by yourself," and he's like, "I'm not gonna do it by myself." It's like, you've done worse stuff by yourself. Like you've beaten fucking gods by yourself. I'm sure you can deal with some aliens, but no. He's got to assemble the biggest fucking superhero team you'll ever see. This is a bigger team than the Avengers.
All right.
Consisting of the Flash, the Green Arrow,
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl, and some of the Legends of Tomorrow. I'm not going to go into which ones because it's just too many.
Okay. I just thought it was the three of those three.
No. It's quite a big crossover. You got like Firestorm and stuff. No, not Captain Cold, Heatwave, all them. There's some pretty cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, it's a crossover for crossover's sake.
Yeah.
It doesn't really serve a purpose to the story other than Arrow. But Arrow, because basically what happened, Arrow fell on the 100th episode of Arrow, as well as being a crossover. So they did like this thing where they go into the minds of the people from Arrow because they're on the alien spaceship and they're being like assessed by the aliens, and they're in like this world, like fantasy world. So it's more focused on the 100th episode of Arrow than it was on the crossover. It was a decent episode, but like,
I can't believe there's been 100 episodes of Arrow.
I know, it's mad.
Sorry, Dan. A DC episode, yeah.
A DC episode, yeah. It was a DC episode. That's right. That's just a fact. No, it was a pretty good episode, but like, I'm watching it for a crossover.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why are you giving me this? Like, just they should have shifted the crossover to the week before.
Yeah.
Because it has no effect on any of the storylines going on in the actual shows.
Right.
So if they shifted it to a week before, fine. Like, the exact same outcome happens, but you get an extra crossover episode.
Yeah, so is it kind of like when people have their birthday on Christmas and people are like, oh, there's your birthday and your Christmas present?
You get one present.
Yeah.
It's like, which one are you going to go for? They went for the 100th episode, and it was a decent episode. Like, if it had been a standalone episode of Arrow, I would have been like, this is the best episode Arrow has had for a long time.
Okay.
But it wasn't meant to be a standard episode of Arrow. Legends of Tomorrow was better. That's where the main crossover stuff came in, because like the Flash set it up, Arrow sort of just held a middle ground and just didn't really do anything. It didn't progress the story at all, really. And then Legends of Tomorrow, fucking everything goes off, right? You got alien battles, and then some of the people from Flash travel in time with the Legends of Tomorrow because they're all time travelers, and then they go back to a war with the aliens in like the late 40s, and then people from the Flash fuck up their own timeline and basically almost bring about the end of the world. And then there's a fucking like 50 alien fight with all of the people in the crossover, and the effects in it are brilliant, to be fair. Like, for a TV show,
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell, they've put all their budget into this. And it does concern me, because I think all the other episodes are going to look complete shit now.
Yeah.
They put all their budget into one episode. But no, look, fucking brilliant. Again, it doesn't serve to like continue a story from anything. It's literally just standalone in the crossover. But it is good. Like, it's just fun to watch. Like, you get all those heroes in one place. You just like, I am watching a massive fucking DC crossover. It's better than all the films put together, and I'm fucking amazed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how shit the storyline is. This looks brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. There's not much else to say on it. It's only a quick little thing.
Good review, Dan.
Quick little review. All right, let's move on to Fantastic Beasts, shall we?
Sure.
Because I'm done on that.
Okay.
Fantastic Beasts came out a few weeks ago now.
Yeah.
A fair few weeks ago.
It was about
A few
month,
weeks
wasn't
ago.
it? Month and a half.
And if you really don't give a shit about Fantastic Beasts, I'll put a timestamp below, because I completely understand skipping this section. But I'd quite like to talk about it, because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I've never been a massive fan of Harry Potter. And I think that somewhat helped in liking this film. It wasn't too Harry Potter. Like, obviously,
It was.
it's quite Harry Potter.
Yeah.
No, I get
But,
what
like,
you mean though.
it wasn't. I don't know. It felt a lot, not darker, but more grown up than Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because I like the last like 3 or 4 films of Harry Potter
Mm.
because they're like a more mature type thing.
Yeah.
And this felt a lot more like along the lines of those films.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, to be fair. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, actually.
No.
Like, it would be quite high up in order of Harry Potter films, which I didn't expect. I thought it would be somewhere down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
And I think it's because it's got a really, really likable main character.
yes,
Yeah, I did like Eddie Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne is
Or
really good.
Newt
And I like his
Scamander.
friend as well.
Yes.
His
Well,
friend is
he's
great.
brilliant.
Like, I thought
Yeah.
from the trailers, I was like, I'm gonna hate that character.
Yeah,
But he was brilliant.
Yeah.
he was. Yeah.
Like, it does make me worry for the other films because apparently Eddie Redmayne's not going to be the main character for the other films. It's going to be more focused on Grindelwald and Dumbledore.
Right.
Right.
Mm.
Which
It seems a bit dumb doing that. They've just built that
Yeah.
character up.
that was my thoughts on it. I'm not sure how that's going to work because, like, I don't really want to see a young Dumbledore. And
It's quite an interesting story, though. I've not read the books, but I have quite a reasonable grasp on the Grindelwald Dumbledore story, and it is
Yeah.
fairly interesting.
I do find it interesting, but like, even that could like be its own standalone thing.
Is it still going to be called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
I don't know. All I know is it's going to be a sequel to Fantastic Beasts.
Because that
Grindelwald and where Dumbledore found him.
yeah, Fantastic Grindelwalds and Where to Find Them.
I don't know, like, because it is confirmed to be a direct sequel to Fantastic Beasts, which means
Right.
that the sequel for this will not have the same main character. And I like the main character.
Yeah.
I like him way more than the main character of bloody Harry Potter.
Oh, bloody Harry Potter. What
we-
another?
I have opinions on Daniel Radcliffe, but
What are your opinions on Daniel Radcliffe?
I won't get into it.
Do you not like him?
I like him as a person. He seems like a pretty stand-up guy, but boy howdy do I not like his acting.
That's fair. You make a fair point there.
I do make.
I actually don't think I've ever liked him in anything. Like, as you say, he seems like a nice person.
Yeah, he does. Like whenever I see him in interviews or like when he's just himself, I like. Oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool guy. But that doesn't make me like his acting, unfortunately.
Did you ever see Horns?
No.
Oh,
I've seen a poster for it,
Yeah.
and that's it. I've seen it on Netflix, and I'm
I
like,
vaguely
I'm never
remember
watching
watching a
that.
trailer for that, yeah.
bad. Like, and it's not even that it's a bad film.
Yeah.
Like, it's a decent film.
Hmm.
It's a DC film.
It's a DC film.
But his acting brings the whole film down.
Right.
You
I'm
got
gonna take your word for it, Dan, because I'm not watching Horns.
like, if you'd have got someone else in that role, I reckon it would have been a good film.
Right.
He fucks it up.
What about his role in Now You See Me Too? Oh, we went to see that.
Isn't he Michael Caine's son?
He is Michael Caine. Yeah, there's two British people in the
Yeah.
same film. It's gotta be. They've got to be related.
Michael Caine's fucking. If he's getting some action at this age, then fair play. Like, Jesus Christ.
Of course he is.
He must have been fucking old when he had him. That's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, you are.
Sorry, guys.
So loud.
Let's hope Dan edits
I
that
wish-
out.
I'm not editing that out.
I wish I could pretend that was a chair. But
It was just your gross stomach.
yeah, the fact that I looked down was just like, oh my god. It didn't really help, did it?
Right, main question about Fantastic Beasts 2, though. Will Johnny Depp reprise his role as Grindelwald?
Yeah, well, I'm not happy about that.
I was very surprised to see him. I
Yeah,
didn't believe
we
that it
didn't
was
even
him.
recognize him.
Well,
I
I
didn't,
recognized
you
him,
did.
you didn't.
I knew he was going to be in it,
I didn't.
and and could I? Oh wait, we'll get into spoilers later. Yeah, I knew he was going to be in it, and I really don't like it. Like I don't. He's too like. That's Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they do this with films. Like you're getting a big name actor to draw people in, but if they're like too distinct, then it takes me out of the film.
It's when he is playing a character, he can't play a character.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like with this Mummy film, I'm only going to see Tom Cruise as Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter because he's not really a character.
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
Tom Cruise. It's the same thing with Deadshot and Will Smith. I never saw him as Deadshot. I always thought, oh, that's Will Smith.
Yeah.
And it's not the actor's fault.
No, yeah, no.
It's just naturally they take me out of the film.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp definitely does this. Like, I hate his makeup.
Yeah,
It's just too over the top.
He has to look different in every role, so all those fangirls can make like collages of him saying, "Wow, look how different he is in every role." Have you seen those pictures?
Unfortunately, he's not a bad-looking guy.
He's not.
And to be honest, if he was in a film without makeup, I don't think I'd recognise him.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Two.
How was your stomach? Fucking motorbike going past outside. Yeah, I don't like the Johnny Depp's in it.
No, yeah, it did take me out of the film because I turned to you and I said, "Is that Johnny Depp?"
I was quite engrossed in the film up to that point.
Yeah, up until
And
saw
then I
Johnny Depp's face.
stopped. Like I was just like, I'm watching a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I really liked pretty much everything about the film. I can't really pick it apart too much.
I was kind of surprised at how dark the story actually was.
Yeah, I like how dark it was. Like it, fucking ballsy move.
Yeah.
We'll get into that in a bit. Yeah, so all the acting is pretty good in it.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's even good, and I don't usually like him. Like he's usually just a nothing guy.
Yeah.
But he's good. The girl who plays Newt's future wife is good.
What? There was definitely no romance going on there, Dan.
Well,
what are you talking about?
If you were true Potterheads, then you'd know that they get married.
Oh,
just saying.
I'm not a Potterhead. Sorry, Dan.
I obviously am though, because I hate the film so much.
You hate the films. You just love the extended universe.
Yeah. Yeah. So all the acting's great. I loved the effects for most of it. There was some dodgy effects.
I can't remember them if there were.
The like rhino thing. I wasn't a massive fan of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember.
And
now.
You know, like the invisible monkey thing.
Oh yeah.
When that stopped being invisible, that wasn't great.
When it stopped being invisible, the effect was brilliant when it was invisible. Though
it was as if it wasn't even there.
I don't know. It's just the fur. Like I think seeing, like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
It sort of it fucks you up when it comes to these films. Cause,
yeah, because you just
they just can't do it as well. Like it's not going to happen. I mean, it was decent.
Yeah,
it was DC.
It was DC. Or we'll get onto more.
Those effects were DC.
We'll get onto more DC effects when we talk about Rogue One, won't we?
Yeah, we will. Yeah. I like the visual style. I like the visual style more than Harry Potter, even though it's pretty much Harry Potter.
Yeah, it was like just enough Harry Potter.
Yeah.
With its own twist, which is what I think it's good. It was just enough Harry Potter and just enough new stuff to be a good spin-off.
Yeah.
Which is also what I think for Rogue One, but I'm gonna edge Fantastic Beasts above Rogue One with the with the spin-off kind of thing, because
Alright,
in Rogue One there was a bit too much Star Wars for me.
I'll get onto this with Rogue One
Yeah,
more
we'll
later.
get onto that with Rogue One.
I've got slightly different opinions than you, Lewis.
I prefer,
Conflict.
right. I prefer Rogue One to Fantastic Beasts, but in the spin-off, pulling off the spin-off, I'm gonna put Fantastic Beasts above it.
I probably agree with you there. To be fair.
Okay, I just thought I'd clear that up.
Yeah, because Fantastic Beasts wasn't like it's not in your face about it.
No, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like, it mentions Dumbledore a couple times. That's about it.
and Dumbledore's important to Grindelwald's story.
Yeah, but
So that's
yeah.
that's why he's mentioned.
It's not like they're just pulling that out of nowhere, though.
Yeah,
because in that
it's
universe, he's a
important.
big name, isn't
Yeah.
he? So
Yeah, he's like one of the most famous wizards.
Yeah. No, I just enjoyed it. It's a fun film. Like, it's fun,
It
but
is
then
fun,
it's just really good at parts. Like, sometimes it was a bit what's the word? Like, just it felt a bit strange going from something so dark to something so light.
Yeah, it was like this teenager who's like borderline suicidal to Eddie Redmayne saying a dumb name of a dumb creature.
Yeah. Ezra Miller's really good though.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I don't usually like Ezra Miller and stuff, but he's really good in this.
Mhm. I'm assuming he was the young kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He like dribbles it a bit, and I was like, wow, they used that take, huh?
Well, because Ezra Miller's playing the Flash. And
Oh, yeah, I thought I recognized him.
Yeah.
It's probably because I've never watched The Flash that I didn't.
no,
think.
not in the series, in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. All right. I knew I recognized him. I just didn't know from where.
Yeah, but like, I'm more excited for the Flash now that I've seen this because I know he can actually act.
Yeah.
Because the other stuff I've seen him in, he's not particularly good.
I hope he dribbles when he's the Flash.
He's just running through the Speed Force, just like with a.
It just cuts
with
to like a
line of
lady with
dribble,
like just spit on her face, like, ew, what was that?
Yeah.
That's the criminals
Brilliant.
are like robbing a bank, and then like a drip of saliva just comes from the ceiling onto their shoulder. He's like
Just
turns
like
around,
the alien.
and then the Flash is like just behind him, wiping his mouth.
Sorry.
Sorry. I can't keep my lips closed when I run.
Oh shit, that's pretty funny.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Like those scenes that he was in, like I thought they almost had like a horror film
Yeah.
feel to them, and there were a couple of bits were really jumpy as well. They were really jump scary.
Oh, I hate jump scares because I'm very, very easily jump scared.
Yeah.
I'm not scared. My body just jerks up, and I'm not.
I always know that the jump scare's coming.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I try to just like get my whole body to just stop, and I'm like, I'm not gonna jump.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah, I do that, but I end up jumping anyway. And then Yuan always turns to me and laughs.
At least you never screamed.
No, you did that in the Hunger Games, didn't
In
you?
Hunger Games. How bad is that?
Which one?
The
The
first
first
one.
one.
What?
The bit with the
dogs.
mutations, the dogs, yeah. When they jump up. I knew it was coming, but I literally just went. People next to me were like, fucking retard.
You can't say that word.
It's okay, I said it quietly.
Alright, that's fine.
Dan can just boost up his.
Oh, just beep it.
I'm gonna
bleep.
boost up that. I'm gonna boost up that one word.
You're just gonna
to show
cut all the
just
laughing
to show
out.
how much of a bad person you are.
Fine,
Yeah, that's right.
I'll correct myself.
We need to talk about Fantastic
a
Beasts a
noob.
bit more.
Yeah, we do. What else is there to talk about?
Shall we rate it and then go on to spoilers?
Yeah, all right. Oh, quick! I just want to talk about the music's really good in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna just do Harry Potter music.
Yeah,
But
so
it did in the
at the
trailer.
start as well. It was just
Yeah.
sort of Harry Potter.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it.
But like the actual score is really nice.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is really good.
All right, I forget your rating system every time, so can you just talk me
You
through it
guys
again?
are terrible. We need to like write it down.
Yeah, we do,
so you
but
remember it.
that's effort.
It's never watched again. Watch it if it comes on Netflix. Recommend it. Buy it. Favorite film.
Have you ever checked that Lewis gets this the same every week? Because I'm pretty sure that's different.
I don't care if it's different. That's the one we're sticking to now. What do you think it is then, Johan?
I wasn't really listening to you, but I know you get it different each week, so...
Sorry,
Fact check me.
which
people.
one was... Is watch on Netflix higher than recommend it? Or
No,
recommend
no,
it
no,
higher
no.
than Netflix?
It's never watch it again.
Yeah,
Watch it if it comes on Netflix.
yeah.
Recommend it. Buy it. New favorite film.
It used to be on TV.
Yeah,
Not
but then
Netflix.
I realised no one watches TV anymore.
I don't think that's a fair thing
All right,
to say.
okay. So we
Because
put
you
TV.
don't watch TV.
Right,
Or
we'll put
Netflix.
TV.
Yeah.
We'll make a new category.
Fuck no.
We'll put TV in between Never Watch It Again and Netflix. Because on Netflix, I guess you kind of have
Yeah,
to
you
choose.
choose
Yeah.
to watch it. TV is just sometimes like, oh,
All right, we now have
nothing else on.
6. We have 6 ratings now.
Okay. I'd probably recommend it. I wouldn't buy it because I don't know. Like it's.
I wouldn't buy it because I know it would be on Netflix or Sky
All
or
right,
something
wait.
like that.
You're gonna have to think about this rating system
but
in a
the thing is-
figurative sense.
Yeah, but I do buy films
Right.
if I really like them,
Okay.
and I did like this, but I wouldn't say I liked it so far as to buy it.
Yeah. I think I would buy it, mainly because I have all the other Harry Potters, and I feel like I want to complete the box set.
That's fair. Like,
Yeah. And that's not just because I want to complete it, because I still have not bought the Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies, because I absolutely loathe that film. And I've got the first 2. I've got all the Lord of the Rings. I have the Lord of the Rings like shelf, and I'm just not putting it on there because I refuse to buy it.
wow.
Yeah. So I think I would buy it. That's my
Yeah.
rating. I would buy Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
I'd probably buy it. I don't know whether I'd actually watch it on the DVD though. If I bought it on DVD, I'm not very good at watching DVDs. It's the whole effort of putting the disc in and turning it on. But if it came on, I'd watch it. So
I'd buy it. Like, say if it wasn't on Netflix,
Yeah.
I'd rent it
Rent it.
like
Yeah.
before it came out on like Netflix or telly.
Okay. So yeah,
that's not one of the
It's all-
options.
It's basically buying it. Right?
yeah, it's spending money on it.
Yeah.
If you would pay money to watch it again.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into spoilers.
Okay.
Colin Farrell was Grindelwald.
Like you can tell that from the opening shot though.
Yeah,
Because
it's the hair.
It's the
It's the
hair.
hair. I
Just
was like-
exactly the same hair.
Like, Colin Farrell turned up and I was like, he's got the exact same hair.
It's like
like-
it's almost like it transitions to it. Like you see the
Yeah.
Grindelwald's hair, and then it just transitions to Colin Farrell's hair.
Yeah, I knew he was going to be Grindelwald for the whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
I was just like, when are you going to be Johnny Depp?
Yeah. Well, I
The
wasn't
worrying
thinking
part
that.
for me is that that didn't click for me, did it?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, Johan came out of it like, what happened? You had to see,
I
you
was
had to see
really,
it a
I
second
was really
time.
fucking confused, and it's because I missed. I think they probably needed to do that because when I saw that scene when I saw it the second time,
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck, now it all makes sense. But
Yeah.
because I missed that, it didn't make a lot of sense the
What,
whole way through the film.
the first bit when Grindelwald like kills the wizards, you missed
Yeah,
that
yeah,
bit, right?
I didn't miss it. I just
Yeah, you
wasn't
just
really
didn't,
focusing.
you didn't pay attention. is what they're saying. You couldn't be asked watching the film properly.
It's like assuming that a boat is a bridge. I was calling back to the Spider-Man.
Yeah, I
film.
know what you were doing, Lewis. Yeah, What other parts are there? Because like the Grindelwald thing's the main thing.
Yeah, that's the main spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh, the ending. I have a little bit of a conflict with the ending. When
Is it
scene
because
with,
they just put everything back together?
yeah, they just like wipe everyone's memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I get that it's like really convenient and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but it's how it rains, but how does it get the people inside?
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like it showed you the guy in the shower.
Yeah. So it implies
And-
it's in the water system.
But
But-
then not everyone would forget at the same time.
Yeah, but
Because-
surely the wizards have to drink the water as well. Would they not forget?
The wizard, does it work on
I don't know. He
wizards?
did say
Well,
at the beginning,
Obliviate.
like yeah, but it's not Obliviate, is it?
It's similar to Obliviate, though.
It's basically Obliviate.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's
poison.
Obliviate in
And
liquid form.
He
Yeah.
did say, Newt did say at some point in the film, like they have different biological makeup. So I guess
Yeah,
you can just bring it back
that's
to that
true.
if you
Right.
have to.
But the
But
main
I do
thing
get where you're coming
is
from with that.
the main thing is the Kowalski, the Muggle that they're with.
Mm-hmm.
They're all upset that he's going to have to, and they're like, "No, we don't want to wipe his memory."
Yeah,
But like, he's got to drink the water, hasn't he?
yeah.
And he's a Muggle, so it's gonna wipe his memory. There's no the way you've done it. There's no way for him to remember it.
He can just become a homeless guy in
Well,
the,
if
in
he
the
just
shelter,
didn't, if
in
he
the
just
subway for a little while.
if he just didn't drink the water
So if he just
until
dies of thirst,
until it wore off, because I'm
Yeah.
assuming it wears off, like because
Yeah, it
otherwise
probably
they just
would worn off
constantly
pretty
be having
quick.
their memories wiped.
but what's he gonna drink then?
Bottled water.
Do they have bottled water in that
I
time?
don't know.
I assume they do.
How long does it last though? As well, that's the other thing. Not how long does it wipe their memory for, but like how long does it stay in the system and all
I
that.
don't know.
Bloody plot holes here.
Yeah,
And
that was the
how
only.
does it know how far back to wipe their memories? As
Yeah.
well? I was thinking
Yeah.
that. I was like, wow, it's really convenient.
Just
Just in
suddenly
the
drink
last
the
hour
water,
or so.
forget their family.
I just think they must have written themselves into a corner. And
Yeah.
then that was the only way they could get
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
Because that's the only like main problem.
Well, people were taking
With
pictures
the
of
plot.
it as well, and I know that Obliviate like takes away pictures, because in the last Harry Potter, when Hermione's wiping her parents' memory, she disappears from pictures.
Right.
But surely it's just weird that they have like a blank picture frame just on the mantelpiece. why do we have this picture?
Yeah.
Why is it just a picture of me, but there's like half of the picture is just blank? why did we take this picture and why did we frame it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a strange ending.
It is.
Ezra Miller's revealed to be the lad who is a wizard. That's pretty cool, I guess. I liked all the stuff, like all the effects with that. That was
With
cool.
the giant black swirl thing.
Yeah, I mean, it
What
did
was
kind.
it called?
Obscurus.
Oh, Obscurus.
Yeah.
There we go.
I feel like that's what a cloud villain should be. Like, you know, because there's been cloud villains and things before, such as Green Lantern, another brilliant DC film.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like, in that, it's complete shit because it just doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But in this, like, it's just a fucking. It's just a thing of nature, and it just destroys everything in its path.
Yeah.
And like, you feel danger when it's about.
Yeah.
But it's all pretty cool stuff, and
Yeah.
like Ezra Miller's really good. I like when he thinks that Grindelwald's like betrayed him and stuff, and his acting in that bit's really good.
Yeah.
It's just a good film, really.
It is.
Yeah, it is a good film.
I could have done with more beasts.
Yeah, more Fantastic
Yeah.
Beasts.
Yeah.
More where to
The
find them.
scene in the briefcase was good.
That was
yeah,
really
that
cool.
was a really
I
good
like
scene.
all that.
I don't really understand the physics of this briefcase. Trying to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, but I mean, like, you get the same thing in Harry Potter universe.
Yeah,
just
Hermione's
with the
handbag.
tents
Well,
and the handbags and
Yeah.
stuff.
But I mean, I'm not saying that makes sense. I still don't understand the physics of those either. It's the main bit is when Kowalski is trying to get in.
he
and
struggles
he's
to get
fat.
in, and then they get a fucking rhino.
They get
thing
a
in
massive rhino that's 10 sizes the size.
It just
of
sort
him.
of falls into it
Yeah,
as well.
he just kind of gets sucked into it. So why didn't he get sucked into it? And they've got a tiny little shed at the entrance. So surely that rhino thing just like busts the shed open.
Yeah,
I don't understand
I don't
it.
know.
It's magic.
I'll tell you what I loved: the little platypus thing. That was possibly my favorite part of this film.
Oh, at the beginning.
the
Thing that
whole,
gets the
and
gold.
the
like
gold,
just
yeah.
the entire thing. Whenever that platypus thing's on screen, I'm like, that is the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. It's just when it's sitting there. I think it's in the jewelry shop, and it's like lying back, or maybe it's in the
Yeah,
vault.
it's
It's just lying back, and it's just got a lot of like gold hanging out its pouch, and it's just the laziest fucking animal you'd ever see. Oh, it's so good. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing is so cute. I want one.
You want one,
I want one.
but it'll just run off and steal loads of money.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
can
but
be
then
like,
bring
oh,
it
look how
back."
cute it is. It's so cute.
When the police come,
Yeah, but look how cute it is.
it's robbed several banks, but look how cute it is.
Can you say no to this face? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant creature, that.
Brilliant, fantastic
Is
beast.
there anything else to spoil?
There was a lion in it.
Was there?
Yeah, there was
Oh,
just
yeah.
a lion for no reason.
No, it wasn't for no reason. It was
'Cause
because
the
the thing
zoo-
had gone into the zoo in Central
Yeah.
Park, hadn't it? So
But
I
they
didn't even know there
didn't
was a
need to
zoo
put
in
a
Central
lion.
Park.
Central Park Zoo. Have you not seen Madagascar?
Oh shit! Yeah.
That's where they are. That's the only reason I know there's a zoo in Central
Yeah.
Park. It's because of Madagascar. So that was Alex the lion. That escaped from Central Park Zoo. It's confirmed that Madagascar and Fantastic Beasts are in the same universe now. That's how
Shared
they
universe.
escaped. He's on his way to the subway.
All right. I don't have anything else to say on it, I'll be honest.
No, yeah.
No.
All right. Well, that's Fantastic Beasts. Reviewed after a month and a half.
Yeah, you've probably seen it. If you want to see it, you've seen it. So there's no point in us really reviewing.
If you want to see it, you can't anyway because it's not in cinemas and it's not
Yeah,
out
you'll
on
have to
DVD.
wait for another couple
You'll
of months.
have to buy it. No.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the big one. The fucking Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yay!
First of all, dumb name, great film.
Dumb name.
The name's stupid, right? I hate the part in the film where they're like, "Oh, what's your call sign?" Rogue One. Well,
Yeah.
you're just pulling that out your ass, aren't you?
But that's like in every film where they say the name of the title of it.
I get that.
Like, what will be some kind of Suicide Squad?
That's worse. I'll
If
give
we
you that.
lose, it'll be a planet of the apes.
Why are they doing this now? They
don't
haven't been
know.
doing it for like the past 10 years, and now they're like, "Oh, let's start putting the name of the film in the film."
Just wait for next year when it says, "Oh, we have to have a Star Wars Episode 8."
Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. The rest of the film's great. I say
Whoa, don't
Yeah.
generalize
No,
here.
most of the film's great.
Yeah.
I just like I loved most of the set pieces in this film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the film shines its most.
The beach was like
That's phenomenal.
It was amazing.
That's like the third act of this film is one of the best third acts I think I've
Yeah.
ever seen to any film.
Yeah.
It had a bit of a slow first act. Well, not even slow, just a bit strange.
It was like jumpy. It
Yeah.
jumped around a lot
Yeah.
from different characters for like a few minutes.
Yeah. But the third act is
But, like,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
Every
Like-
flaw in this film is forgiven
Yeah.
by the third act. By one scene. There's one scene. I'm
You-
not going to
you-
spoil it.
You love that scene in
There's
particular.
one scene.
I just love the entirety of the
Yeah.
third act. Like, I love most of the CG in this film. There's
Most of it.
there's one thing I don't. but like the ships, the spaceships and stuff, like they look like models.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely amazing. Like Gareth Edwards, I'm a fan of his, but like I don't love everything he does. Like Godzilla was all right.
I didn't see Godzilla.
No.
I
What he
heard,
does-
like mediocre reviews.
The plot's not great. Like the actual the story of the film, it's very average.
Yeah.
What Gareth Edwards does really well is scale.
Yeah.
Like scale is his thing. Like,
I do remember that's the one shot I remember from the Godzilla trailer is when they're like falling down and it's like
Yeah.
the red flares and it's just he's massive.
Yeah.
And that made me want to see it, but then I didn't see it.
Yeah, because he was able to do with this what I don't think New Hope or
Any Star Wars
Return of the Jedi were able to do,
Yeah.
which is make the Death Star seem like an imposing force.
Yeah. It was always like separate.
Yeah.
You always saw that and then the planet.
Yeah.
But it was never used in the way that it's used in this film. And
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is
And, like,
It's the
brilliant.
scene on the beach, isn't it? When it appears on the horizon.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like it's
You're
just
like,
massive. You're
and
like,
it's even angled as well.
yeah, and it's like this thing's just gonna destroy anything.
Yeah.
And like some of the shots he gets are just amazing.
Yeah.
There's one in the trailer that I loved even more in the actual film, especially like if you're going to see this film, see it in IMAX.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's the first film I think I'd say it about as well.
Yeah,
Apart from maybe Ant-Man. I thought that was quite good in IMAX.
Yeah.
I didn't see that in IMAX.
We
Didn't
did.
you?
We did.
No, I didn't even see it in the
was
cinema.
really- it was like, I think that was the first IMAX film I saw.
Was
Yeah.
it?
And it was it was really weird because everything was so big.
Mine was Mad
Films.
Max. Mad Max is
Oh.
so good in IMAX. Like I was like, I've never seen a regular film again. Obviously, that changed after a few IMAX screenings, but no. This shot when it's on the Star Destroyer and it pans over to the Death Star with the plate like going into the Death Star. Such a nice shot,
Yeah.
It is.
and it just makes it look so powerful.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
What I really loved as well is the AT-ATs.
The AT-AT is great.
Yeah.
Like I love that because I thought that because when they were being taken down,
Yeah.
part of me was like they shouldn't be taken down this easily, but then another part of me was like this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like the way that they just looked brilliant. Like
Yeah.
the parts when they're running away and like the feet are just coming down near
Yeah.
them, it's just like it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like I just couldn't get
Because
over
in
how good it was.
Empire, they're just like these like goofy robots
Yes.
Yeah.
that are just like flopping around.
Yeah, they're really clunky.
Yeah, and then they get tripped over by some rope.
Yeah.
But in this, they're really like scary.
Yeah, it is brilliant. The performances are good for the most part.
I didn't have any problems with
Yeah,
them.
I just wouldn't say that there's anything spectacular in the performances. Like they're all good performances.
Yeah, they're all good enough.
There was no performance that like stood out to me.
No,
in
I
this.
thought I would have preferred. I wanted a bit more from Madge Nicholson. He's
the bad guy.
Jyn Erso's dad.
Oh,
Oh right,
yeah.
okay.
Because I like him in most stuff he's in.
Yeah.
He's in Hannibal and
Yeah.
well, he plays the villain in Casino Royale, doesn't he?
Mhm.
So I would have preferred a bit more for him, but like everyone else is good.
Yeah.
What's the girl? The one who plays Jyn Erso anyway.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I looked up the cast before
Yeah, so
recording
did
this
I.
so I could try and remember the names, but it's gone. You know what was
I was just
interesting?
going to
though?
ask you guys.
There's this guy. I don't know who he was. Oh, it was the guy who played Darth Vader in the costume.
Yeah.
On the cast list, his picture was Jyn Erso's dad. What was it?
Madge Nicholson.
Yeah, it was just that was his picture. I was like, what? Did he play both people? I was like, no. And I clicked on it, and the first picture is Madge Nicholson, and then he's got like loads of his pictures. I don't know why that was.
All right. Bit strange.
It was a bit strange.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jyn Erso was good. Like she. I don't know. Like most of the characters, I liked all the characters.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel like they spent enough time on all of them. Obviously, I think this is what they've sacrificed with doing the standalone films.
Isn't yeah?
Is that they don't get a trilogy to build character
Yeah.
Yeah.
and develop character arcs, and especially when you've got so many characters in one film. It's what they sacrificed, but it's not too bad. Like,
Yeah, they do well with the time they have. I
yeah,
think.
exactly. The other thing that they do, because obviously the time constraints that they have, they put the names of the planets and stuff in it.
Yeah,
That's the first time that's
Yeah.
happened in Star Wars films. So it's an alright addition. Like obviously, I think you do need it in this because it jumps around from place
Yeah,
to place
at
a
the
lot.
beginning though, it's very just sort of
this is this place and this is this place.
Yeah, and you
yeah,
think,
This is this
fuck, I don't know
character,
what's
this is
going
this
on.
character.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There
yeah.
was too much of it all in the space for about 3 minutes.
Yeah, it did jump around quite a bit. Like the whole of the first act, I just wasn't a massive fan of it. With all the stuff with Saw,
Yeah.
I just found it a bit meh, like a bit pointless.
Yeah, didn't really
Yeah,
have
I'll
much of a
probably get
effect.
onto that a bit more.
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk more about that. Spoilers.
Yeah, I did like. I forgot his name as well now. Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
He's good.
He's good with what he's been given.
Yeah. Who else is there? There's. I'll tell you, I thought I hated to start with, but then I actually didn't mind by the end. I can't remember any of the names.
The
now.
guy,
Yeah, the guy, the guy with the mustache, with
foreign guy with
the
the
funny
mustache.
mustache. Yeah, I did like, because that was like a proper 70s mustache. So they're keeping it because it's so close to A New Hope. Like they're keeping it like this is what they look like in A New Hope. I watched A New Hope earlier, and I have to say, the Darth Vader suit in A New Hope looks a lot better than in this.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
bit weird in this.
I don't know whether it's just because it's like, because obviously the way it's filmed is obviously a lot more modern because it's fucking modern film.
Yeah.
And that, I think the Darth Vader suit in the first Star Wars works because of the camera angles that it uses, and those camera angles just aren't used quite as much now.
Yeah.
So you get a lot of shots looking up at Vader in the original Star Wars, and then this it's a lot of just like level shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just, because the detail in it as well, and the lack of detail in the suit.
Yeah, I remember like looking at his like breastplate, and that's like this is the first time I realized it's just a bunch of squares.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got, and I got that from the mask, like the neck part of
the
it.
neck is like very
because the
stunted.
neck, you could see the panel like move, like when he moved his head,
Yeah.
and it's like it's just a bit. It looks clunkier in this than
Yeah.
it did in the original.
Yeah.
Saying that, Darth Vader's probably one of the best parts of the film.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well yeah.
He's not in it for long. When he is in it, well,
Jesus.
actually, the second time he's in it,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. The first time,
Oh yeah, not the first time.
yeah, but we'll get onto that. Yeah. So what's that? The effects, acting's good. Costume design. Oh yeah, costume design in general is really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of New Hope. I love that just everything looks like the 70s.
Yeah.
It really does.
They've captured it so well.
Yeah, it does look like proper Star Wars. As much as I like The Force Awakens, and I when that came out, I said that this is back to like how Star Wars looks.
Yeah.
This is how Star Wars looks.
Yeah.
But like updated.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Like, just it's Star Wars, but just even like on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
You know, not.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it's just like The Force Awakens was Star Wars, but on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
But this is just nostalgic, I think.
No, I think The Force Awakens was Star Wars, but like a little bit updated, and this is like pure Star Wars. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're in the same.
Yeah.
You're in the
Yeah.
same area, so it makes sense that The Force Awakens is a little bit updated because it's been however many years, but this is like the same time period, so it is proper.
I like that because they didn't. Because I feel like if George Lucas had made this film, right?
Don't even think about that.
I'm just saying, if George Lucas had made this film, then the continuity would be terrible. Because I reckon he would put the Death Star plans as like a massive hologram thing.
Yeah, of course.
Whereas
it would,
in this,
yeah.
the Death Star plans are
It's
literally
just
that
a circle with
shitty
dots.
circle that you
Yeah.
see in the first one.
Like I have no idea how they find the weakness
exhaust
in it.
port.
It's just a line going down the middle of a circle. Oh, that's where it is. Of course.
Yeah. So this obviously, it's a darker tone, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the blaster shots.
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
first time I've like looked at it and like that really must hurt.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
previously, it's just like, oh, it's just a red beam going into
Mhm.
you. It's all right. But this, it's like it burns.
Yeah.
It's really like
It turns out
hits hard.
stormtroopers can hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently.
Like,
They just got all the really bad
shot.
shots in the original trilogy storyline. They saved all the good ones for this one.
Yeah, that's what happened. They lost all the good stormtroopers on Sky.
They sent them all out and they were like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like it's definitely a war film,
Oh, yeah,
especially the end.
I was
Yeah.
getting like real Saving Private Ryan
Yeah,
vibes off
yeah,
it.
definitely. I just love that it's different. Basically, like
It's different but the same.
Yeah.
In the perfect way,
yeah, like
mostly.
because I'd not got bored, but like I just wanted something different from like the Skywalker storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Because
here's
this is
the story.
it's a massive universe,
Yeah.
and to see what's happening in other places, I just find it really interesting.
Mm.
Obviously, it is still connected to the main story,
Yeah.
but it is a different look at the Star Wars universe.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just really liked it.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts, guys?
What were our thoughts on No John Williams?
You know what? I quite liked it. I
Yeah.
did quite like the score. Like it was still Star Wars, but it
Yeah.
was different. Like much like Fantastic Beasts score.
I think it was better than Fantastic Beasts. Score.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because
But like
Fantastic Beasts relied a lot on the themes from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I thought. Not loads,
mhm.
but this one it took tiny little bits of it. Like
yeah, and then it like
and
just, yeah.
it would put it underneath like
The
I think
Imperial March
the
was
only
like
that was the
sprinkled in.
yeah, but the Imperial March when Darth Vader shows up is the only part that I think was
yeah
original,
actually
like,
Original John
score.
Williams. Yeah.
like the score was great.
it
like,
was really good.
Yeah.
I was really impressed.
I thought the whole beach scene, the score across that whole time,
yeah,
that whole scene
that was so good.
was really
Like,
good.
I was quite impressed that it's still Star like it
Yeah.
it suits the film perfectly because
Mhm.
it's still Star Wars, but it's different. Like you can feel that it's Star Wars,
Yeah,
but it's different enough that you're like I'm watching something else playing out in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I really like the score.
it almost felt like the themes from like A New Hope and stuff, like
Yeah.
the trilogy came from this
Yeah,
rather than this came from them, which I thought was brilliant.
I'll be honest. I like this more than the Force Awakens score.
Yeah,
Yeah. There was nothing.
there wasn't
It
anything
didn't stand out for me.
memorable.
Force Awakens score.
No, and it's bad because
John Williams did that one.
Yeah, but I probably did prefer this than the Force Awakens score.
Mm.
Yeah. Anything else? I think I've said everything. There were obviously, I think we have focused on the good quite a lot. There is some dodgy CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say that now.
Are we
We'll
gonna?
we'll go
we're
into
not
it
gonna
more in
talk about it
spoilers.
now. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go into it more in spoilers, but basically it's the same type of technology that they're doing for like the de-aging in the Marvel films,
Yeah.
but the Marvel films do it brilliantly.
Yeah. With
and-
the Hank Pym
Yeah,
in Ant-Man.
that's amazing.
It
that.
was.
This not so much,
No.
but as I say, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah,
Is there anything? I'm looking at the poster that we got to.
Oh yeah, we got 3 posters.
Donnie, what's his name?
Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's really cool. Like I really like this character.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I love anyone with a staff. I love staffs. Staffs are like the best. Morgan in The Walking Dead, not so much, but like I still like him.
Yeah.
Any wizard with a staff is like, yep. And he's basically a wizard with a staff, really.
Yeah, Donnie Yen is really good. Like his fight scenes are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Oh, I know you two didn't like him so much. I loved K2SO.
Yeah, I did. I think overall I liked him.
Yeah.
But there were some bits where I was like, all right.
He grew on me.
I really liked him. I found him really funny.
Yeah, the bits where he was funny, he was funny.
I love, because it's not so much of a spoiler, but like, you know, when he's not where he told him to stay. And he's like,
I think I know what you're talking about. Because
and
he's a reprogrammed Imperial droid.
And he's basically just really sarcastic about everything.
Yeah.
And like, he shows up, and he's like, I thought I told you to stay on the ship. And he's like, well, you said you were going to be subtle. And then all these explosions.
A lot of explosions. There's a lot of
Exactly
explosions
so.
for two people blending in.
Yeah.
It's great. It's so good.
I thought you were talking about the bit where there's an Imperial droid and Jin just shoots it, and then he comes up behind it and says, "You knew that wasn't me, right?"
that bit's great as well, yeah. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll rate and then spoilers, yeah?
Rate my new favourite movie this year, definitely.
Oh, it's definitely the best this year.
Yeah.
It's about time as well. It's not that much longer left.
Yeah, we had to wait the whole year for it.
I'm torn between new favourite film. Can't believe
Sorry.
movie.
Because I mean, I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'll definitely buy it. I'm torn between buy it and new favourite film.
Should we just say, instead of new favourite film, just say like best of the year, one of the best of the year?
Well, it's definitely my favourite of the year.
Oh yeah, it's my favourite of the year. It's
I
not
just
my
want to give
favourite
it the
film
top rating because
of all time, though. I don't think.
No, exactly.
Is that what we're saying? What?
I'm not very good at making rating systems, as it's very clear, because there are like sub things. I just want to give it the top rating because I feel like we haven't. This year it's been very mediocre.
Yeah, I
haven't been able to give anything the top rating.
So far, it would have been Civil War, but I definitely prefer.
Yeah,
this.
Civil War was my favorite this year until this.
All right, cool. I think that's an okay rating.
That's the rating. Go see it if you haven't
go
seen
see
it.
it. It's brill.
I
Go
feel
see
like
it
a
in
lot of
IMAX
people
as well.
probably haven't seen it.
Well, yeah, it only came out
today.
See, this one's like the opposite of Fantastic Beasts. We're on this one early.
Yeah. As long as it carries on recording.
Yeah, it's recording. We're almost at 2 hours as well.
Wow. You're getting a treat today, guys.
Yeah, indeed.
No, you're not.
Not from that first hour yet.
It's a chore.
Let's go into spoilers then. Spoilers in 1, 2, 3. Everybody dies.
Everyone dies. Yeah. I loved it. I wanted everyone to die.
It's so good. Like, because like they kill off K2SO, and you're like, oh no,
yeah,
he's died. And then like, is it Donnie Yen's character next that dies?
Or is it the Imperial pilot?
It's not the pilot. The pilot dies after Donnie.
I think it's Donnie Yen next then.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, like I started to realize what was happening.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe just Jin was gonna survive.
No, I didn't want that to happen.
No, I didn't want it to happen, but I thought they would have done it like that.
No, it was quite ballsy, but it was the right thing to do.
Definitely.
What was brilliant about it, though, because of that scene with the Death Star just like appearing on the horizon, everyone that was on that planet thought, we've got no chance.
Yeah,
you could see
it's a suicide mission.
You could see that everyone's just like, yeah, we're gonna die.
It was just, that's all they could do now. It's like, I'm gonna die. The only thing left for me to do is to send these plans off.
Yeah.
Or in the opposite case, the only thing I can do now is stop them from getting the plans out. It's just the best motivation.
It's so good. It was just absolutely brilliant, that ending. They just start dying one by one, and I'm like, they're gonna kill all of them.
Yeah,
there's nothing they can do.
Yeah,
I was amazed. I was like, fair play.
Yeah,
like thinking back on it now is like, it's even better thinking back on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I've been going back and forth all day on this film. Like, was it worse than I thought it was when I first saw it, or is it better? Yeah. I think I've come to the conclusion it's better.
Yeah.
and it's mainly just because of that final act.
Yeah, it's because when I came out, I was like, yeah, I think I might have preferred Force Awakens over it. But now that I'm just thinking about it, I really liked it.
Yeah.
And I much preferred The Force
Yeah.
Awakens.
Yeah.
Because if I think now, do I want to watch Force Awakens again, or do I want to go see Rogue One again? I really want to see Rogue One again.
I might go see Rogue One tomorrow.
I was thinking about going to see it today,
about
like by myself, just going to see it today, just for that Darth Vader scene at the end.
Yeah.
that
Oh
Darth
my
Vader
God.
scene. You know Dylan. He was on. I used to do the radio.
Oh
with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
He texted me at 4:00 this morning, and he went, I've had the biggest nerdgasm of my life when that Darth Vader scene came
Yeah.
on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, it's just he comes through and you can't stop him. Like,
Yeah.
You've never seen him. You've never seen him like that
yeah,
before. Though.
like it's so good because in the original trilogy, obviously, it's quite dated. As much as I love the original trilogy,
Yeah.
I was watching the first one earlier, and that Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fight came on, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how did I find you so threatening?
Yeah. Because you never see him really attack.
Yeah,
He's always defending from
Yeah,
Luke,
yeah.
or he just like swings at Obi-Wan. But this, you see him in his prime.
yeah,
Even though it's the same time period as New Hope, it's still, you'd think he'd like, wow. But I remember, because you lent me the Darth Vader comics, and I read them, and I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
he's really cool.
yeah,
Because you never really see it. In the prequels, he's just like whiny Anakin, like
Yeah.
flailing
Yeah.
his lightsaber around everywhere. But it's everything the prequels ruined about Anakin, it brought back
Yeah.
in just that like 2-minute scene.
This scene made me disconnect prequels Anakin to Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Like, it made me think of them as like two different characters.
When
Yeah.
you see him in his like chamber, and
Yeah.
you see him without his suit on, I was like, oh, that's Anakin.
Yeah,
Because whenever I see him in his suit, I'm like, that's Darth Vader. If I see him as not, oh, that's Anakin.
Yeah.
I was worried that it was going to be Hayden Christensen in the back
Yeah.
of tank.
Yes. That's what I was worried about. But yeah, when that scene, that I don't even know what to say.
I love my main part of that. There's two main parts of that I absolutely loved. You know where he force pushes the guy onto the ceiling, and then he just
yeah.
like swings his lightsaber around and cuts him.
Yeah.
That bit's great, and I love when just the lightsaber comes through the door
Yeah,
as
it
well.
stabs through the guy
Yeah.
into the door, and then the door opens, and it just slices him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That scene was like a horror film though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the door got jammed, and you're like, "There's no way out of
Yeah.
this." Like they're all dead.
Yeah.
There's no way. And I just love when he turns his lightsaber on, and it just like just glows red.
Yeah.
And he just like they just completely emphasize that one move that he has in Empire where he stops the blaster bolt, and they're just like he's they're firing at him, he's blocking it with his hand and with his lightsaber while
Yeah.
simultaneously killing all of them. I love it. I absolutely love that scene.
Yeah.
I
You
love
got-
sorry, go on.
No, you can go first.
I love seeing like him force choke people properly, because like
Yeah.
it just felt like he was actually force choking them in this, like whereas in like the first one it's just obviously some guy like just pretending to
Yeah.
choke, and then in this it's just like,
But what about that first joke? Don't choke on your aspirations.
all right, let's talk about this. I hated Darth Vader when he first appeared.
Yeah, he made the best pun, but the worst pun.
So bad. That was so bad.
I don't know why they did that.
That whole scene, I didn't like it, because I feel like Darth Vader shouldn't have spoke as much as he did.
No, yeah, he's more of a silent
Yeah,
character.
he should have just come in and just been like, he should basically just be a weapon.
Mm.
And
That's
'cause-
basically what he is.
Yeah.
He's just the Emperor's weapon.
Yeah, because like when he's speaking to him, I don't know what it was. James Earl Jones, I found his voice a bit.
Yeah, I was like, this is James
Weird.
Earl Jones, right?
Yeah,
Because I knew it was him.
it was just a
and
bit
then-
off.
Yeah, it was a bit off. Because some words he says, I was like, yeah, that's definitely him.
Yeah.
And then some words it wasn't.
It seemed like he wasn't trying quite as much.
Yeah. So because when I was watching it, what I thought they'd done was like take audio clips of him and just like merge them together, and I was like, no, it's too specific for them to have done that, but it still seems really off.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't like that scene, because that's the scene I'm on about when it's angles that don't work, because the suit just looks strange.
Yeah.
Like the helmet's too big.
It's too close to his shoulders.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I don't know, it's just weird. But that's not the worst design in the film.
Oh, Polar Express Tarkin.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my god.
Tarkin, it was awful.
It was really bad. I thought they were just going to show the back of his head and just have a subtle nod to him.
I thought it would have just been that first shot of him.
Yeah.
Would have been bloody better if they just
it would have
done
been
that.
It would have been brilliant if they'd done
and
that.
they had just a slight reflection of his face on
Yeah.
the window. I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's all I need. And then he turned around. I was like, oh god.
So bad.
At least that scene's done. And then he turns out he's like almost a main character. Why did they do that?
He's in it so it's like them going, oh look how good this effect is.
But it's really
It's
not.
so bad though. I don't know why. It's not nice.
No.
Have either of you ever seen watched Holby City?
Of course not.
Only
haven't
like
watched
when
it?
it's been on.
You seen the really tall guy in that, like with the glasses and like the skinny face?
The curly hair one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played Tarkin.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but he's uncredited.
Right.
And when I looked it up, you can tell because Tarkin's face, it's not right. Like even though, not just because it's like in the Uncanny Valley, which it very much is. I'd say this is at the limit of like the Uncanny Valley. It's almost right,
Yeah.
but not quite. Like he moves too much.
It is. Yeah. It is weird. Like his mouth. It's just too like.
It's too smooth.
It's too smooth, too like vibrant. He was more of a stand still.
When
barely move your mouth.
There was one shot when he was pretty much just completely still.
Yeah.
And he just moved his mouth. And that looked pretty good.
Yeah. It was mainly the first scene with him.
Yeah.
It seemed to get better as it went along. I don't know if that's because I got used to it.
I don't know, because the last scene with him, I thought it was at his worst.
Right.
And he looks too tall as well. He's too
Yeah.
tall. Like I was watching the original earlier, and like he's shorter than most of his men.
Yeah.
Why is he so tall?
I don't know. Maybe he shrunk after the end of this film. Or maybe he was just wearing really high shoes. He was just wearing high heels for
Just
the
wearing
entirety.
creepers. No, but like the guy from Holby, anyway, he has like a face it's almost like Tarkin's, but it goes in a lot more at the chin.
Right.
And you could tell that they tried to widen his face a bit, because like Tarkin's face is very narrow, but it's more skinny than than
It's like
pointy.
wide but thin in the chin.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it just looked strange. It looked like his face was a bit flat as well.
Yeah. It just didn't look real.
No, it wasn't. It just wasn't right.
Yeah.
No. That was the only bad effect, though, I think.
Yeah. One of possibly only second to the Darth Vader scene. I loved the bit when the rebel pilot crashed into the Star Destroyer, and the Star Destroyer crashed into another Star Destroyer,
Yeah.
and then it just brought the whole force field down.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
It was.
I absolutely loved that bit.
Still, all I could think was about Avatar, though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought
I
because-
love it. I just.
Go on,
I don't know.
Yannick,
Like-
explain it.
Yeah. So, not all the way through this film, just bits of this film. If anyone who's listening has ever watched The Last Airbender, the series, not the film, definitely not the film, you'll find it very You'll find bits of this film very reminiscent of particular bits in that series, such as there being a blind character who is able to fight by feeling, and then there was what I can't remember what they called it. It was like airship slice or something. Was like what they called it.
What?
And no, this was in Avatar.
Don't ask us. I've never seen.
I can't remember what the exact quote would be, and
Right.
I feel like someone who if they'd watched Avatar, they'd know. But it was almost exactly reminiscent of that, like full on, and it's all I could think of while I was watching those scenes. It was really frustrating for me. It was like they'd watched that and just been like, "Hey, that was a good idea. Let's do that."
I don't know. I just felt like it was a spectacular shot.
It was, yeah. Because again, it was the scale of
Yeah.
it. It was a really small rebel ship, massive Star Destroyer going into another massive Star Destroyer going to a massive
So
shield
good.
generator.
I loved it. I don't know. Like maybe if I'd have seen Avatar, I'd think.
I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. It was really, really good to watch, but it was just in the back of my mind, like, yeah.
Oh, another shot that I would like when they're all going into light speed to get away.
Yeah.
And one of the rebel ships turns around and a Star Destroyer just like comes out of light speed.
Yeah, that's great. It just destroys.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Like, I think this film is mainly the shots. Like,
It's
there's so many good shots. If we just jump into the character deaths, because obviously we did mention it, but they get picked off one by one.
Mm-hmm.
I cared about K2SOs.
I got a bit sad at that.
That was like, that's like that looked really impressive as well. Like when he was all damaged with all the blaster shots and everything.
Yeah.
I got sad at his. Donnie Yen's was like a really beautiful death.
Yeah.
The others, I didn't really care much for. I thought Donnie Yen's mate's death was a bit, because like obviously they had to kill them all and they couldn't just leave him. But it's a bit weird to have him like step up and then instantly die.
Yeah, I mean he does do a bit. He kills a couple things.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything important.
No, he doesn't do anything massive.
He just kills a couple of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I think it's like that trying to build hope, though, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, no.
I feel like if he'd have done something before he died, then I would have cared more about his death. Or his death wouldn't have seemed so pointless.
Yeah. I feel like he was the least developed character.
Yeah, probably.
Of all of them. He was the one I was least attached to, definitely.
Yeah. I don't know, because I didn't really... I liked the pilot, but I didn't really care for him.
Yeah, he was a likable... Right, this is a personal story. He looks and sounds exactly like someone I met when I started my job.
Right.
Like, it was someone from Manchester, and he just looked exactly the same and sounded exactly the same as him. So that's all I could think about when I was watching it. So that's the only reason I would have been slightly attached to him, because he looks like someone I met.
I don't know, I felt like there were two really beautiful deaths, and then the rest were just sort of nothing.
I think that's just down to time there, really, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it's true.
There wasn't enough time for them to develop enough characters for there to be that many deaths like that.
I because I would have liked to see the pilot die in a better way, because he just gets blown up.
He did do something important though.
He did something important, but like his death was so
like just after he did it.
Happened. It's sort of, because obviously you don't actually see him die; you just see the grenade go in. They did a lot of killing with grenades, because
they did.
That's probably the most like PG way of doing it.
Donnie Yen died from an explosion.
Yeah. How did his mate die?
I don't remember. Oh, that was another explosion. Because I remember he was looking at Donnie Yen when he died, and then it just like fire came up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did a fake out with
The guy.
The guy's.
I don't know his
can't-
name.
what's
It's
his
something
name?
with a C. I think.
Yeah. No.
He looked and sounded like Oberyn Martell, so that's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah. So they did a fake out with him. I knew that was going to be a fake out because
Yeah.
that wasn't. If that had been his actual death, that would have been the shittest death in the film.
Yeah.
I fell like a couple of feet.
No, he got shot as well.
Yeah, but no, he got the thing near him got shot,
Oh right,
and then he fell.
right.
And I thought he was just going to fall down the entire chasm and just die,
Yeah,
but he just fell into like a little platform.
yeah. I'm glad that they didn't get together. Like
Yeah. Well,
it was, it was
kind,
sort of implied
yeah.
that they did, but I'm glad they didn't like pull the whole thing.
They
like-
didn't really have time to get together,
No,
did
yeah.
they?
No.
No,
They were sort of getting blown up.
yeah, because I was thinking throughout, and I was like, oh, don't do that. Don't waste time
Yeah.
on this. I
Yeah.
don't care about that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, their death was all right.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as K2 or
No.
it wasn't the most emotional.
No.
It was just them hugging on as the horizon blew up, and it was like just coming towards
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. What was the general's name? Do you remember?
I do not. He looked like a young Ian McKellen mixed with Martin Freeman. That's what I thought.
That's a fair comparison.
I genuinely thought when I first saw the trailer, I did think it was Ian McKellen.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I did. When I watched it the second time, I was
Bit
like,
young.
oh. Yeah, I know he's a
Yeah.
bit young to be Ian McKellen. That's what I thought. It only took me. I thought it was when I first saw it because it was only
Yeah.
like a short clip of him like standing in a dimly lit room, and it did look like Ian McKellen. But when I watched it the
Fair
second
enough.
time, I was like, no, it's not.
I really liked him anyway.
I did like him, yeah.
I thought. I quite because he just got like really pissed off towards the end because obviously Tarkin was taking control of his
Yeah.
project and stuff. He's just like
Yeah.
fuck you, and he's just proper pissed off and he goes to kill Jyn. But no, his death's pretty decent, like
DC.
pretty decent. Yeah, it's just good in general.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah.
I'll you know at the start when he comes down to get Jin's dad,
Yeah.
I thought the character was just gonna have a lisp through the whole film because I thought he had a lisp in that bit. Like he spoke really quietly but really strangely, so that it did sound like he had a bit of a lisp, and I was like, I won't be able to take him
Yeah.
seriously for the entire
I
film.
didn't pick up on that.
No, I didn't
so-
either. But I know how you would have felt.
Yeah.
I can imagine that feeling.
Yeah, on that note, I think that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I remember thinking of negative things as I was leaving, but now I can only
Yeah, I
think
can't
of
really
Yeah.
think of
positive
any.
things.
I thought.
Oh, it's the okay. You go first.
Sorry, is it Galen? So
Galen, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is.
his death was a bit strange
Mm.
because he's like, because the rebel leader's like, oh, they've already been sent. Do you not have connection to them? Do they honestly not have communications with their
Yeah.
pilots?
Yeah.
It just obviously like it had to happen for the plot,
Mm.
but it just seemed like a bit of a strange plot. All that.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about the tie-ins.
Oh,
That were a bit on the
right.
nose.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the tie-ins.
I did the one where it's the people from the canteen.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like it. I did. I thought that was
I just
subtle enough.
I just find it strange that they managed to get off Jeddah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one of the systems that he has the death sentence on?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter now though, does it? Because it's fucking gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Do you think he took that into consideration when he was telling Luke about it?
Well, hang on. I have the death sentence on. Jeddah doesn't count. No, I didn't like that. I just didn't like it.
The one that I didn't like was C-3PO and R2-D2.
I didn't like that either.
No.
I really
I
did
preferred
not like
that to the one from the cantina though,
All right.
because
It makes sense that they
it
were
makes
there.
sense. Yeah. the cantina one just doesn't make sense. It was, both of them were very forced in,
Yeah.
but I could understand the CP30 and
I was trying to make a
R2
forced
one.
pun there.
Yeah, I know.
couldn't-
You were.
I couldn't.
I set you up for it, and you just no.
I did. They were just all really bad, and I just couldn't pull it off.
Every joke we make on this podcast is terrible.
The only time we made a good one was the time Dan wasn't bloody recording.
Oh yeah, Jason Momoa as the Crow. That was a
That was
brilliant
a
gag.
great one.
And you messed it all up.
I did. You're right. Yeah. The first act. Here we go. Because I forgot the entirety of the first act.
Yeah.
I didn't like the stuff with Saw.
Yeah.
I just found it to be needless.
Mm.
They could have just had it like the pilot had got to the rebels and say like say the message so that, and then maybe Jeddah does get blown up, but they found the hologram or something.
Yeah. He was kind of an
Yeah.
unnecessary middleman.
Yeah, because like, and then maybe they could have just gone and found Jin from that.
Yeah.
You don't need Saw.
Yeah.
And I thought, because I've heard a lot of people saying that a lot of the stuff with his character, they felt like it would have made more sense if they'd watched the Clone Wars. It doesn't. He's a very minor part in the Clone Wars. He's in 3 episodes, and like, because everyone's like, oh, why does he have the legs, like the bionic legs and the respiratory system and stuff? It must be to do with the Clone Wars. Like, it's not.
Oh, right.
It's not looked at in the Clone Wars at all.
Did he have a cough on set and the director thought that it sounded good, so he just included it?
Like General Grievous. That's a terrible thing
Oh,
to do.
I was going to say something. The tentacle monster.
That reminded me a lot of the things in The Force Awakens.
Yeah, the Wrath Tars, I think they were called.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
tentacle monsters aren't Star Wars for me.
Yeah, exactly. Like it like the Rathars, it just doesn't feel quite
No.
Star Warsy.
Like that wasn't good. I didn't like the Wrath Tars or the Sarlacc pit where he updates it to have tentacles.
Yeah, the update is not.
Yeah.
Well, it always had tentacles, but
Did it?
the update.
Oh yeah,
the
Yeah.
update
yeah.
put the mouth in
The
it.
mouth. That was the thing. Yeah. Sarlacc pit was about as much tentacle as I can take.
Yeah,
I don't want.
they're
any
practical tentacles though.
more.
and
Practical
that-
tentacles.
That's the difference.
Well, not in the update. They had a few
Uh,
extra tentacles. I think.
like
I don't know.
I don't
How
know,
many
because like the rest of the film, other than
Tentacles.
the rest of the film, other than Tarkin, is it not obviously it's not all practical, but it seems all practical.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
obviously a lot of its models and stuff, but I don't know, that tentacle monster just didn't seem
No.
like it could be a practical
Yeah.
effect. I think that's what they should have aimed for, and I think that's what they should aim for with the future Star Wars films.
Yeah.
Is not do everything practically, obviously, because that's not gonna.
Yeah.
That's just not gonna happen. But try to make everything look like it's done
Yeah.
practically.
Yeah. No more tentacles, please.
Yeah.
Even if they're practical, I don't want more tentacles.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's that. The film finishes 10 minutes before A New Hope, which is
Oh yeah.
it's because obviously that was a rumor a while ago. Turns out to be true.
Hmm.
I quite like that.
Yeah.
It made
Yeah.
sense to the story, like, because I thought when I first heard the rumor, I was like, that just sounds dumb.
Yeah.
No, I thought it fit in really well,
Yeah.
to be fair.
Leia is there, and her CG's better.
It's probably because she doesn't move or
Yeah,
talk as
she,
much.
Yeah.
she doesn't
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's definitely better than Tarkin's. Like, I feel like even if she did move, it'd be better than Tarkin's though,
Yeah.
because I think Tarkin's got such a unique face. Like,
Mm.
what's his name? Peter Cushing.
I don't know.
Peter Cushing's. He's got such a defined face. That
Yeah.
it can't be replicated as easily.
Yeah.
And Leia's character model definitely looked a bit better.
Hmm.
They've just had a lot more practice just doing like regular faces, though, haven't they? So
Yeah. Oh god.
one thing I did like about the way it finished was like, I never thought. I know it's an older film and stuff, but at the start of A New Hope, you never get quite how desperately bad the things are
Yeah.
at the very beginning,
definitely.
and that at the end, like
Yeah.
the way they're just trying to pass this the message along,
Yeah.
just and a domino of them getting killed.
Yeah, because
You see the desperation, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Which never really
I
came
think,
across
yeah.
in A New Hope.
This definitely, I think this makes the Empire seem a lot worse than the original trilogy did, because obviously they destroyed Alderaan, but other than that, they didn't really do anything terrible in the original trilogy. So, but this definitely, like, they're an imposing force in this. Like, they're just doing whatever they want.
It's that Vader scene. I was gonna say I hate to bring it up again, but I don't, because I love it. It's the guy who's like at the door that's stuck, and you just you see the panic in his face, like he knows he's gonna die if the door doesn't open, and when it doesn't open, he just gives up and passes the message to the guy through the door. Then that guy gets shot, and someone else has to go get it. It's just because in A New Hope you see there's a shot of like close-ups of them, and they're shaking a bit with their blasters. But that's about as much desperation as you get.
Yeah,
but in this, you really see.
But now, like, maybe they've heard of what happened to them.
Yeah.
And it makes more sense that they're nervous when they.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I did hate that C-3PO and R2-D2 were there, but I think it would have made. I would have preferred it if we saw them on the ship.
Yeah.
Because that's where they are.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't have hated it as much if I saw them there.
Mm-hmm.
I still probably would have hated it, but I wouldn't have hated it as much as I did.
Yeah. No, I just thought the whole. I'd say that the whole third act adds to the desperation of it, because you see, like, an entire squadron just get wiped out, and this is what they're up against. Like, this is what the Empire's doing to them. Like, they're just ruthless, and I think the entire third act shows you that. Yeah. Just quickly, no opening scroll, which is it was strange for a Star Wars film
and no,
to have. I did like how it started though.
Yeah,
because it had the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and it just went.
Yeah.
I just really.
It was like straight
yeah.
away. You're like, right, this isn't Star Wars,
Yeah.
but it is at the same time.
And then the title comes up a bit later.
Yeah.
And the title I found it was a bit. It looked different than I thought it would, because it's not the same as in like all the promotional material and stuff.
Yeah.
It was a bit strange on that background, but I did like it.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing I was debating, whether or not it should have an opening crawl or not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, since it was announced, I was just like, will it have an opening crawl?
Yeah.
Because it's not part of the saga, but it is Star Wars.
Well, I feel like the opening crawl, if it had one, because this whole thing's based off the opening crawl for A New Hope.
Yeah,
like one paragraph. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, what are you gonna do? The opening crawl would have to just be about Jyn. So the opening crawl would be too long.
Yeah.
Because you've got so many characters that you're focusing on.
Build up, yeah.
And you've also got to talk about what's happening with the rebellion and stuff, and it'd be too much. I don't know. I just like, obviously, again, it feels different. Like it's letting you know that this isn't the same.
Yeah.
Same
It feels different, but the same.
Yeah. All right, I think that's about it, is it? Unless you guys have got anything else to say.
Who's the guy? Leia's adopted father.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
He is.
He mentions Obi-Wan, and I couldn't help but compare it to Hobbit: Battle of the Five Armies, when Legolas's dad is like, "Hey, you got to find this guy. They call him Strider. He's actually called Aragorn. He lives in there," and he just goes on and on. Like, yes, we get it. And then he's just like, oh yeah, I've got a mate who's hiding out in Tatooine. I'll give him a call.
I found it quite funny that so he's basically the only character that survives that's not in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
But then in the original trilogy, he dies about half an hour later.
He looked a bit like her Jin's dad, so I thought because he like walks into frame really dramatically, and I was like, wait, is that her dad?
I knew it was him because he's in the prequels. Isn't he?
Yeah, and I recognized him.
Yeah,
but I thought I'd recognized him because he was her dad.
Right.
And then I realized, wait, no, I recognize him from the prequels. Never mind.
All right, that'll do us then, will it?
Sure will. Go
Good
see
stuff.
Rogue One.
Definitely go see Rogue One.
Go see Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
If you're keen.
Go see it.
Go.
Wait till it comes out
to come out.
Blu-ray.
Don't watch the middle part of Walking Dead. Watch the first and last episode, and watch just the crossover episode of DC TV.
Yeah, don't watch
Supergirl.
Don't watch all the Supergirl.
don't watch 8 episodes of Supergirl and then realise that there's 2 minutes of crossover. No, I'd recommend watching all of them, but obviously there's a lot to catch up on if you start now. Like, because they're good shows in general.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it's all good stuff, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that'll do us then. We will be back next week because I'm down here.
'Cause you're here.
I'm up here, so it's easier to record and stuff. We'll get it sorted for when I'm back down though. We will.
We will.
Yes.
I'll make sure that I'm free every time and that my computer's not fucking up on me as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so that'll do us. Next week, Christmas films, guys.
Christmas films.
We're going to be talking Christmas films. And the week after that is...
what about... wait, when are we going to record? Next week?
Next week.
As on Wednesday.
It's Thursday, though.
Pardon?
We record on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Yeah, on
Let's
Wednesday.
talk about something else.
Oh.
On Wednesday, Passengers, yeah. Comes out.
The film that must have put like half of their budget, more than half of their budget on advertising.
About 80% probably.
I've not gone a day for the past 2 months without seeing a trailer for it.
How about we watch Passengers, and if it's worth talking about, we'll talk about it. If not, then we'll talk Christmas films. Because I
prefer to to Christmas films.
Yeah,
I'm torn as to whether Passengers is going to be worth talking about. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
We can maybe do like a quick review of
Yeah.
it. Maybe do a separate video,
Mm-hmm.
video review just for that. Not like Nerve.
I never told you. I went to go and see that again, and I
Did you?
fell asleep.
I didn't like that film.
No.
Like I thought it was alright when I first saw it, but
Yeah.
like over time, I didn't like it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The week after next, though, best and worst of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Buzzing for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what the worst would be.
I'm wondering what the worst will be.
You'll have to find out.
Oh wait,
You'll
no,
have to,
I know what the worst
say
is.
It.
Don't
I
say
know
it.
what it is.
Don't say it.
You'll have to listen in 2 weeks to find
I think
out.
anyone who's listened to the other episodes will know what the worst is.
No, they don't. You need to listen to the
I
new
mean,
one
yeah,
as well.
If you want to find out early, listen to every single episode of the podcast.
We've
Yeah.
just said what the best is as well, though.
Second best,
We've already said what the second best is as well.
third best. We'll do
Third
an
best.
order.
Yeah, we'll rank them.
We'll make our own orders and then we'll discuss.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for listening, guys. Like us on Facebook and Twitter and all that good shit.
Yeah, we
Links
have
will be
0
in there.
followers on Twitter.
That's fun.
Yeah. We also have 0 tweets,
That
so
means
I'm
we've
not like
lost
complaining.
a follower. We had a follower.
Did we?
Yeah. Was it just Brandon?
No. That was the old account. I made a new account.
Oh, you've got a
because
new
I
one.
didn't like the at that Brandon made.
What did he make?
It was Let's Talk Films 1, and I didn't like that, so
no,
I just
that's
changed
bad.
it to LTF Pod,
Fair.
which
Cool.
is a bit more catchy.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, yeah, go follow us on Twitter then, because
at
that's just
LTF
depressing.
Pod.
At LTF Pod. Yeah, Facebook. I don't know what that one is.
Just search
Probably
Let's
just-
Talk
yeah.
Films.
Yeah.
You'll see some really neat artwork there.
You will. It's some pretty good artwork.
Thanks, guys.
Subscribe on YouTube, because
That's the easiest thing to do,
yeah,
because you're already here, unless you're on iTunes.
yeah, yeah, you're right. We're gonna try and get like shorter review videos and
Well,
stuff
we'll
out.
try on Passengers.
Yeah,
We'll actually
try that.
script it.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
it'll
script
be
it.
Yeah.
best.
Maybe like, because Lewis, you said that you got a mic at yours and stuff now.
I do have a mic at mine.
So
yeah.
what we'll be able to do is do individual reviews of stuff if we want to, and then we can just put out little separate videos and stuff, which would be good. Good. And then yeah, that'll be pretty much that.
I don't know why you're still listening, to be honest. This is really boring.
It's not boring. We're plugging our stuff.
At the end of the show that they've just spent like
3 hours now.
It's
2 hours and a half listening to.
yeah. Got a problem with that one?
No.
That's fair.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Oh fuck! I didn't finish recording.